watch with history only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. Tourists. The observer. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. History only who's in trouble, who's in top, who's in the bubble. The observer.
On stage a few years back, and he made that joke about the old woman with dementia or Alzheimer's, I can't remember which it was, that he hit with his car, but then she couldn't report him because she had dementia or Alzheimer's, and then he essayed her. No one, so a lot of people in the audience wouldn't have been suffering with dementia or Alzheimer's.
Funny.
But no one in the audience found that funny.
I've never heard that.
Yeah, he said he hit her with his car, and he could have unalived her, but because she had the dementia or Alzheimer's, he didn't unalive her. He essayed her instead.
Yeah, like to jump on what you're saying though, right? Listen, I understand, right, the bit where people are like, oh, we're all so woke these days, and where is the laughs and the banter that we used to have, right? If I'm buying a ticket with my own money to go and see a performing artist, a comedian, yeah, I know what I'm signing up for. I know the type of humour that these people have. So I don't necessarily agree that maybe those things should come to Netflix, because then that's in my front room. But I disagree with some of the stuff that comedians are still saying, knowing how bad it is to communities. Because
no, 100%. And like I said, I think the audience was taken back because they know the kind of humour Ricky Gervais has. I don't think anyone was expecting him to joke about SA.
No,
but a lot of people did laugh. And Button, can I ask you a quick question? Did you ever watch
no one laughed. It was silent.
Wait, please, because there is, I will there's loads of people that are wanting to speak. I can see other people in the boxes, so we're going to try and... Right, hungry guy, on you go.
Oh, sorry.
No, it's okay.
Oh, yeah, Button, did you watch Little Britain?
Yep.
Okay, did you like it?
No.
Oh, please be honest, Button, please.
I'm mixed race, a woman that is white passing, so no, I don't find that humour funny at all.
Okay, a lot of the population found that very humorous. It was very, yeah. So
population, hungry guy. Please,
yeah, go on, Dev.
Hungry guy, like it's hard to explain. What were the bits that you found like funny? Because I found some of it funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay, what part did you find funny?
Vicky Pollard.
Yeah.
See, that's not my sense of humour. My sense of humour is satire. It's like not someone standing there doing like blatant jokes, right? So it's just not my sense of humour. My sense of humour is, if anyone has seen the programme Nighty Night, so it's kind of dark humour, which is, yeah. I get why people would have found Little Britain funny, but I would have been a child watching that.
Exactly.
And now I'm an adult. And I wouldn't let my children watch it.
Hungry guy, how old were you, bro?
I'm only 32, so...
Exactly. We were kids. We didn't know better.
Yeah. Thing is, for me, Vicky Pollard, for instance, was literally someone in your school. That's why I personally found it funny. It was more I know someone that's like Vicky Pollard. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and that whole thing, because that's how people, with the reason we find it funny normally with comedians is because we can relate to it. Why is it that mother-in-law jokes always do so well? It's because everyone has experience potentially of a mother-in-law being a pain in the arse, right? So we relate to it on a human level. But if a whole community, and the thing that's frustrating that people keep doing on this app, right, is conflating different issues, right? The N word can be said by any black or brown person. They have reclaimed the word. And all you'd have to do, Google is free, is go on your phone and look up why the N-word is never appropriate for a white person or any other person to say.
Well, I don't think it's appropriate for a black person, if I'm
Well,
being
that's not for
honest.
you to say. How dare you tell
One minute.
black
Let him.
people what they can say?
I wanna. Why do you think that, Hungry Guy?
Why? Because of the origins of the word, of how that word came about, how you can bring that word and no, because there's always going to be that hatred, the disgustingness surrounding that word. You're never going to be able to get rid of it. How you can come and say we call it amongst each other. That was the thing that the white man used to call us because they didn't give us any identities. We were.
So you're proving them right, bro. So this is the thing. The reason that some people choose to reclaim it, I don't personally, is because it was so disgusting. It did hurt so bad that now some people have decided we're taking that, we're going to use it, and it means something different now. Bro, it's very simple.
It was used as a form of oppression. It was used it was used as a hierarchical term to make sure that black people knew their spot at the bottom, which is disgusting. But people now from that community have decided to reclaim it, to create a new meaning for it, not to erase the history, but to use it in a sense of empowerment, to remind them that, yeah, we've gone through that and we've come out of it the other way.
Devin, do you agree with that?
Wait, Hungry Guy.
So originally, like for a long time, I didn't. Sorry, Courtney, it's your room.
No. I just wanted to quickly. I've got a question to ask you, but I'll let Devin finish in a second. I mean, I'm not going to lie, but you saying that is mental when you've just admitted that you've sat in a live using the F word, knowing what that word has also done to.
No, but we're not. No, what I'm trying to say, this is what I'm saying. A lot of the times, I'm not going to lie, people are like, I don't know what's the right word to use, but they literally they run with things that I never said that. I said I was in a live, okay, we were just casually talking like lads in a locker room, okay, you know, lab talk, how we talk amongst each other. Okay,
Misogyny, bro. What you're describing is misogyny.
Well, it's not. No, what's your name?
It is, bro.
Okay, maybe you're the wrong person, Frankie. Do you?
No, but you
understand
literally
what I'm
described it.
saying?
I'm not the wrong person, bro. I'm a lad in a changing room. But what you're describing, that culture is called misogyny. It has a word, brother.
Okay, but we still use it. We're still. It's just lads. It's just banter. Okay, no one said it like.
But
You're not a lad. You're 30 years of age, Hungry Guy.
that makes no sense, because if you see two black guys having banter, they would say the same thing. So why are you trying to stop someone else using a word, but it's okay for you to use another word which was used to affect people?
Yeah, but it wasn't It wasn't used to affect people.
Yes, it was. 100. Do you know where the terms come from?
No, I'm talking about in that live. It wasn't used. It was
You're
used
saying
as
that-
like,
you're
yeah.
saying-
No one took it to offense. No one even mentioned it afterwards. No one said, yeah.
Yeah, some more.
Yeah, but what we're saying is the origins of that word were used to affect and oppress people of a different community. So you don't see the benefits in using the N word and the black community reclaiming the N word. However, you've sat there in a live where they've used the F word. Yes, it was in a joking manner. However, there are a lot of people that have been affected by that, and people have been unalived because they belong to that community and called that just before they've been unalived. So, you know, it works both ways.
Yeah, but why are you accepting black people using the N-word, but you're not accepting it from the other side?
Hungry Guy, what I'm saying is, so
Other side,
me
what's
and-
the other side?
What's
Me
the
and-
other side?
Hungry Guy,
Because
No, like-
the GAY
like gay
community,
people
the
using the
GAY
F word.
community can use the F slur because if they've reclaimed it, that's for them, and they can use it within their community.
Listen,
However, it's not
I
for you
reclaimed-
as a person who doesn't belong to the rainbow community. I'm trying to use TikTok friendly language to then use that word.
Hungry Guy, what I'm saying. So me and Alex obviously are both straight men. If we wasn't insulting you directly, but me and Alex was using that word, would you be offended?
If you were using no, unless you called me it and you were saying like you dirty F word, then I'll be like, who the fuck you talking to? Okay, but then if you were just saying like, oh, he's,
But
I
hold
don't
on a
know,
second,
like,
just stop for a second. Why would Frankie and Alex be using that word? Let's get real.
No,
Why
but
would
that's what he just said. He
Hold
said
on,
if I
hold
did,
on,
if
hold
I
on,
did.
hold on. Let's backtrack. If Frankie and Alex were having a chat and they were two white straight men having a chat and they were using the F word, yeah, why would they be using the F word?
Well, I wouldn't come into their conversation and be like, why did you say that word? Do you know? No, I'll be like, no, you
So
didn't.
you're not
call
an
me.
ally then.
Sorry?
You're not an ally then
What the hell
either.
was white being mentioned then in that conversation?
It's terminology. She doesn't mean it like that. It's kind of it's terminology.
Digging me. I'm just saying I don't know why the word white was mentioned there.
Because
but-
I'm white as well.
So can I then ask Hungry Guy, because I'm going to ask you a question, and I think this is going to tell you like why you're wrong and what you're saying, right? If you were in work with Ben, with Corey, would you be using that language? If you're in the workplace, would you be sitting using that language while there's other work colleagues around you?
Well, I'm in a professional environment. I will be professional.
So exactly. So you wouldn't use it in the workplace. So why are you using it on fucking TikTok?
Okay, I don't say, what's it called? Oh, look at my tits. I always refer to my, not man boobs, I always refer to my tits as my tits. Would I say that at work? No, I wouldn't. Because someone might take it as I'm saying.
Offend someone, is it? So you know that you would get a disciplinary if you started using that language in the workplace, wouldn't you?
Can I just say something in the comments? No one knows what I do for a living. You can guess. I'm a healthcare professional and that's all you're going to know. Okay, stop telling me what I am and what I'm not. Sorry,
Didn't
Courtney.
you leave your live on though once?
Sorry?
You left your live on, didn't you, at work once?
Yes, and in that
Yeah,
live,
yeah,
what
you
did
care
you
and
guys hear? Did you
vocation.
hear what my profession was? Did you? No, you heard me talking to someone. That's it.
Right, but that kind of follows on to I just wanted to ask one question, then I'll drop. So obviously you're in the health profession.
And that was an accident.
You
It's a
care.
bit rude for people to use that
Wait,
against
Hungry
me.
Guy, let Maxine finish.
So you
Sorry,
obviously care
sorry.
for many people.
I'm gonna
many
drop
walks of
people.
life. And a minute ago you said that it just slipped out. Now, would
Sorry,
you-
Maxine, repeat what you just said. Sorry.
Obviously you care for many different people, I assume, right?
I
Many
care.
different
What
groups of
about who?
in your profession, no?
Oh, yeah. I'm a healthcare professional. So,
So-
yeah.
I just find it crazy that you can even say a word has slipped out that easily. Because for me, I would never use any of them words and they definitely wouldn't slip out. So do you use them words in everyday life?
No, it just happens in that live. That word was said, and to me, it just sparked something in my brain. I was like, "Oh, I was expecting someone to be like, oh, well, no one flagged it up. No one said anything. It was just
What
carried
word
on. It
was
was
said
just
when
like,
the live was left on?
sorry,
Don't say the word, but what word was said when the lot? Because we don't know what you're on about here now.
no. So the F word was used, and the R word was used, and the S word was used.
Okay.
So
But
Hungry
it's like-
Guy, you described it as like the thing is you described it yourself as like a lad's locker room and a changing room. Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not squeaky clean. Like when I was younger, I used to say stuff, right? But bro, you're 32 years of age. I'm a grown man and I've learned from that shit. You should have learned by now. That's
I have
a
learned.
toxic environment, bro.
But it wasn't a toxic. Just because someone said the word, it doesn't have to be. You can't just label everything and everyone and
Okay. So I'll put this to you, yeah. So the F word, yeah. I think the point that Button was making, why would any straight man be using the F word unless it's I'll even say, for your sake, oh, we're having banter. But that's to say that there's something wrong with being the F word. So if I go to Frankie, oh, you're this, my point is to say that's looking down on somebody else. That's saying there's something wrong with him being that. So it's always a slur. Do you get it?
I get it, but I don't agree with that. I think it depends on who's it's like, let's say, for example, if I was talking to Alex, I know he's going to see it differently. I'm not saying like, oh, because Alex uses, no, it's just, it seems to me on Drama Talk, people love to police things, but not because they stand on business or anything like that. I think it's just because like this is TikTok's rules, and also like we're just following the rules. It's like people will say things out of the app, but then on the app, it's like you're giving the moral high ground. To me, it's a bit like it triggered something in my mind. Like, what is the difference? Why do we allow? Why is it like that? Why is it on other lives? Things don't just like get flagged up and like you'll get labeled this thing and like how everything ran with Alex. Like he was annihilated, and I'm like what he said it wasn't. Yeah, it's like I just don't understand. I'm going
to use a poll, and I want everyone to be truthful with this poll. Right? Would you use those three words that he described, the F word towards the gay community? Would you use R and S slur used against disabilities? I'm going to ask people.
Okay. And mind you, it wasn't said to anyone disabled. It wasn't said to anyone homosexual. It was just said. The word was just said.
Just let Courtney speak. What face means what?
Huh? Oh, sorry. So happy face.
By the number, but
Yeah, just go sad face. Everyone's like done it before. I know. I should have probably. Let's restart that because you know I'm a pro streamer. Let's end that. Right. Okay. So happy face. You wouldn't use it. Oh wait, is it started again? Oh no, wait. Right. So
oh, you wouldn't use it. Oh, we were all crying.
yeah. So happy face. You wouldn't use it. Sad face. You would use it. I know, everyone was like, so happy face, you would say it. No one, imagine you're sitting in your house. Would you use those words, right? No one else is around you or you're doing it with your friends, right? Happy face, sad face, you wouldn't. And I want honesty here, guys. I know.
I'm confused.
Wait, yeah, you've changed it again.
I don't know what I'm voting for. Everyone's slurring in the comments
Courtney,
now.
you changed it the last minute.
Courtney, you changed it at the very last word.
That's what I'm saying, I'm shit at
Everyone's
this.
confused, look.
Right, okay.
Wouldn't it be sad face? You wouldn't use it.
Yeah, okay, so sad face, you wouldn't use it. Happy face, you would use it, right? And we're talking, you're sitting in your own house, you're with your friends or whatever, like the culture that kind of Hungry Guy was explaining, the lads band or the lady band or whatever you want to call it. You're on your own, not aiming it towards someone.
No, because Courtney, you're saying it like in secret. No, okay, this wasn't said, okay, against anyone disabled.
You said the
It
locker
wasn't.
room.
No, see, that's what I'm saying. You're like, no, I'm saying this. We're talking about what was said in that live. Okay, now I'm trying to tell you that it wasn't said against anyone like gay. It wasn't said towards anyone disabled. It wasn't said. It was just like, yeah.
You're running the risk of mansplaining.
I'm not gonna lie.
No, we get it, bro. We get it.
Thank you, Devin. I think this is a woman and man thing. If I'm
No, you're not understanding what I'm saying. We get what you're trying to say. You're still wrong.
No, but she just said I'm mansplaining.
Am I allowed to speak? Hi.
On you go, Pinky. I'm just gonna
Do the poll. Do the poll.
So, I just wanted to come from a place of talking from. I am disabled myself, but I'm going to talk on the bit of having a very severe child on the spectrum that will never be able to live independently, that will always need someone's help to live. And when people use the R word, the S word, that cuts like a knife deep. I don't know what. Sorry, TikTok only words. I love TikTok.
No, that's
as a parent, when you are a parent of a child like that, one of your worst feelings is when you're not here to look after them anymore. So when you hear people, R word, it's not a funny word. It's not a funny word. Back in the day, you would never see these type of people out because they'd be in a home. My mother-in-law, okay, at the age of 64, got diagnosed with autism. They told her mum to put her in a home, forget about her, go and have another child. She didn't do that, okay? But I'm telling you from the bottom of my heart, the deep in my gut, please stop using them words because they are not funny. They are really not funny.
No, I agree, Pinky.
No, you don't, like, but did you use them or someone's used them? I don't really know that.
No,
part.
it wasn't me. It was just, like, there was, like, what, 9 people in that box.
Well, I'm just telling you from the bottom of my fall to the core.
Yeah.
See, I've got quite a different opinion on this, and I think I've talked about this with you before, Courtney.
Yeah, you have.
I've got a very neurologically disabled son, and I've got ADHD myself, but the way I deal with it, I mean, they're not words that I
have ADHD as well, Miss Bigot. I have ADHD as well. I have another son that's also.
Pinky, sorry, can we
just finish? Sorry.
What Miss Bigot was saying?
Sorry.
No, sorry, otherwise I'll just forget what I'm saying.
Sorry. My fault. It's just emotional.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I don't use these words, right? They're not in my vocabulary in any way. However, I choose the angle in raising my son that I
don't let on to him that these words are very offensive, because then that's me telling him this word will hurt you, and then I tell him that, and then if someone uses that word, then he gets hurt by it.
Yeah.
So I've not told him that they're hurtful words, because then that's me giving power to that word. And you know, a few people I've spoke to about this have said, "Oh no, that's absolutely terrible. You shouldn't be doing that." But I don't want to give the word power to hurt him, because I protect him with my life. So why am I going to tell him that a word can hurt him?
Because I think for me, on the flip of having a 13-year-old son who is not got, like, he's able-bodied, right? I personally want him to learn that it is a bad word, and I don't want him to scroll on social media and people using that as a joke, because then even though I'll teach him all I can, for him to hear other people using it as like a joke, and then he uses that as a joke towards someone who maybe hasn't got parents who have done that. Do you get what I mean, Baguette?
Yeah, no, I get what you mean, and that's why it is interesting. But at the end of the day, I've been given the power of telling my son if that word will hurt him or not, and I'm not comfortable myself with telling him that this word that, you know, some people might just flippantly say at some point will hurt him, because then if the day comes and someone says that to him, he's going to be hurt by it, and the reason he'll be hurt is because I told him that word will hurt him.
Yeah,
but what
I
if
get you,
it's from someone else, and then they say, "What does that mean?" And then you have to then explain what that means, because people are nasty and they've said it in the real world. What happens then?
I mean, you can explain what it means, but I think it's the weight that you give the word that's the crucial thing, and not necessarily the meaning of the word, but
It's a delivery.
yeah, the weight that you allow to be applied to the word, and its effectiveness in causing offence to someone.
So can I just ask one other question, because this is why I love debates. Let's say I went up to Alex, Frankie or Devin, yeah, and I was like trying it on with them. They're clearly straight, but I was trying it on with them. I was getting close. I was like, "Come on, baby," and all of that. And then they got angry. They got pissed because I'm disrespecting them. And then they were like, "Oh, get away from me, you F." Would you guys see that as a negative?
Of course, bro, because it's homophobic. I can tell you to get away from me without... Sorry, Frankie, go on.
Yeah, go on.
No, you ain't spoke, bro. Go on.
No, I was just... Sorry. I think I was going to say the same as Devon. I could say, "Get away from me, you fucking prick," or... No, I mean, I could use other words. I don't have to use them offensive words.
Yeah.
But naturally, as men, that word will come out if I was...
No, because... Hungry guy, that's because I fear...
Oh my God. Sorry, it's just that's you turning that into men naturally say that. That's not true.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, like, okay, right, let's say that I did that to Devin. Devin felt disrespected, okay, because it felt sometimes things just come out in the sense like we don't actually mean it. It's just like he felt so that the only thing he can describe, he can think
Hungry
of,
guy.
like, yeah,
it would only come to my brain, yeah, this is what you're not getting. For me to use that term, I find that thing like as a negative. Do you get what I mean? If somebody comes onto you and hits on you and you don't actually have any homophobia in you, you're not going to draw up what they're doing. So for instance, if a black person robbed you, yeah, you're not going to be angry at them because they're black. You're going to be angry because somebody's trying to rob you. So if I then say, all I'm seeing is your skin, that shows that there's something within me that doesn't like that. Do you get what I'm saying? I don't have to refer to your sexuality for you coming onto me.
Okay.
It's rooted in the homophobia. That would be rooted in me not liking, being disgusted that you're, not that I'm not attracted to you, but because you're a homosexual man. Do you get what I mean?
Like, it's preference, right? It's not wrong for you to deny someone, but it's how you would respond to it. So if you started to call them the F word or whatever, get away from me, you bloody whatever, then that's when it's wrong.
What if they headbutted me in the nose?
But like
exactly. That's what I'm saying, Devin.
No, but you're not getting it. It's not the same.
That's personal spacing. That's the difference. That's what we're trying to teach children, that there's personal space. You don't touch someone unless someone is okay with that. If a man came over to me and tried to hug me, I'd push them away Like, I'm like, no, whoa, like, pushing them away is my reaction. Okay, maybe somebody might react a bit angrier because they don't feel comfortable. You've not got any knowing of that person's sexuality. So in their way, they might feel very uncomfortable.
But as humans, we all have fighting in us. We don't all have racism, homophobia. Like you said, if someone laid a headbutt on me, then, okay, it's still wrong, but maybe that's a better reaction.
That's what I'm saying, Frankie. It's like, I'm not sure if any of you guys seen that film with Shannon Tatum. It's like, you punched me because I was gay? No, I was gay when you punched me.
I feel like you're kind of looking for justifications on when it's...
No, I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand. Are you guys being politically correct?
No, but hold on a second. Listen, only speak for yourself, right? Like, we can ask questions to better understand one another.
What do you think I'm doing, Button?
But only speak for yourself. I'm not sat here on some fucking hilltop going, oh my, and saying all these right words because it makes me a better person. It's because that is who I am. That is why you won't find me when people do, inverted commas, slip up with racism in their rooms again, because I'm like, no, when I don't drink, right? But when I did drink, you wouldn't find me being casually racist, right? Because I'm not a racist. You won't find me being homophobic when someone angers and irritates me, because I'm not homophobic. You can't let words slip out if they're not in your day-to-day vocabulary.
Okay, up north they say I'm going, and I know it's used a lot because I've seen it. Okay, and I was actually shocked when I heard it. I'm going to the pea shop. Now, a lot of people say it. Does that mean every person that said that, I'm going to the pea shop, does that mean they're all racist?
Yeah.
Can I say something? It's Alex.
What did you say, Alex? Sorry?
At the end of the day, like, a debate is great, you know what I mean? There's always two people that are there's going to be a person that agrees, person that disagrees. Unfortunately, when it comes to slurs, there is no debate to be had. They're right, they're wrong, period, you know, and we need to understand that. And we're grown-ass adults and that, and we need to understand this. People will only be educated if they choose to listen, you know what I mean? And if they don't want to listen, they'll never be educated. And we're there going to argue the toss about, is this acceptable, is this acceptable? We've come to the conclusion now that Hungry Boy doesn't want to listen to, obviously, our point of view. So we keep pushing it down.
What do you mean you don't want to listen to our point of view? And I'm not being funny. Alex, you said a slur. You literally said a slur. Everyone had to go.
I genuinely do think he wants to... Okay, this is going to be a tough one. I like to give people the benefit of doubt. I think he comes from a different era. Times are changing, and he is actually learning. Like,
he's
from what he said...
I'm old.
I'm 40 years old, mate.
I know.
Okay, Alex, if you're older, why did you use a slur?
Guy. I don't know if you're being
What slur did I use, Hungry Guy?
What? So saying about crab paste, okay, and that thing, and then the that you said. Like,
bro,
sorry
you
to put you on the
spot, it was funny,
but
Hungry
you can't.
Guy, come on, you just said you thought it was funny. You can't.
Yes,
now
I
use
thought
that
it
as
was
your
funny,
argument
but
against
you lot what? So okay, he
slur?
actually said a slur, and it's completely okay. I never even said a slur, but yeah.
Sorry, which slur did Alex say, Hungry?
What did Alex say?
What did Alex say?
Wait, he's been muted. I'll let me unmute him.
The crabs.
Okay, what's it called? Number one with that pacing. I'm trying to remember what the second one was.
Yeah, but that's not a slur.
Literally no slur there at all. Like, I don't say slurs. You need to understand that. I don't say it. Like, I got accused of saying a slur, and that all come out that there was a lie. That someone made up a lie about me. That all came out, and they admitted.
Yeah, I know exactly what thing you mean there, Alex. And it.
Hungry Guy. Also, you said earlier, right, mate? You said what Alex done not long ago. Blah blah blah. That you actually found it funny, and then you've just said, "Oh yeah, I do find it funny, but it offends other people." So what?
No. I'm saying, but the way Alex said a slur, and Courtney literally said that's not a slur, so it's completely okay. But so why did everyone go?
It's not okay. Me and fucking Alex find each other for fucking weeks. It's definitely not okay. I didn't agree with it.
Hang on, Hungry Guy, you're accusing Alex of saying a slur, but you're not saying what it was.
No, I'm trying to remember what it was. And I think Alex knows exactly what it is. It's just I'm trying to remember what exactly it was.
Loads of us in the boxes as well, and we all remember that live too, and we all remember how it played out. So we're not all just playing dumb. We're saying, what is the slur? And if you can't even remember what the slur was...
It was in his live. He was doing the FYP.
Okay, Alex, can you remember? What is he trying to refer to?
Oh dear, honestly, I have no idea what he's
And
on about.
trust me, if you'd said a slur, that would be all over the FYP.
Yeah,
I know what it is. I don't know if anyone else remembers, but Alex, I know exactly what it is. It was the one chip challenge.
Oh, the crisp.
And that was the name of the crisp. And at first, when I seen it, I was like, what the fuck is he saying? But I went and Googled it.
Say that again. Say that again. Sorry. Say that again.
The one chip challenge. He was saying the name of the chip. Like, I went and Googled it, and that's what it was. And he was saying the name of the chip.
I'm not gonna lie. I personally don't remember anything about a chip or anything like that.
Well, you're going to have to remember if you're going to...
No, but this was before Alex did FYP that this was said.
No, what he said, it was in the FYP, and then he quickly corrected himself and said, "Yeah, let's." It was sort of like just yeah. But what I'm saying is, it's like personally, I didn't think it was like Some people said it in the comments, I remember, but it would just sort of stop talking about it, and then it was like it's just disappeared. So I'm trying to think, do people just have this like, oh, I want to be like so correct on here. I want to be seen as this like person that like stands for everything, like stand for racism. Like I'm this really highly moral, good person. And
Hungry guy. I understand your question, and let me answer it for you. The world isn't going mad. Yeah, everyone's not just being snowflakes. I just think people are starting to recognize other people and appreciate them and don't want to be like that anymore. So in answer to your question, bro, change. No. Like, I know what you're trying to ask. It's not that.
Dev, just to piggyback on that, right? The thing is, Hungry Guy, when we distill this, what we're talking about is empathy. Because just because we don't know each other, just because many of us haven't met or we don't know one another in real life, what I want to teach my kids is not to upset other people. So if someone is saying, I've said a word, right, and I didn't know that was offensive against the community, or I didn't know that was a slur or whatever, I need to be responsible for upsetting people. Because if someone comes to me and says, why have you said that word? Do you know this is the history and la, 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 la. And most of us, if we're honest with ourselves, right, we do know the history. We do know that we're offending people. But let's just say someone calls me up, right? Why is it so bad? I don't understand why people are so upset that people are asking for some empathy and understanding and to learn why it is upsetting and offensive.
Because by you asking that, you're basically saying that that person who said it is not being empathetic, not looking at the other. But then what I'm trying to say is sometimes things are said like, why do people need to take everything as an offense or anything like that? And what I was trying to say about Alex, I found it funny because I did find it funny. I didn't take any offense to it. Okay, but everyone was like going mad and crazy, and I didn't understand why. I didn't think it was that bad, and I was just like, to me, I just don't understand. Are people just like, is this like difference between like men and women? Is this a difference between like people from up north compared to down south? And it's like what I was saying about the P word. Okay, I'm going to the P shop. You know that is used up north like so casually. Does that mean everyone using it are racist?
Sorry, but I need to double check. KJ, do you know you're in the box? KJ? Sorry, it's just because the boxes are busy, so I'm just making sure who was not meant to be in the box. Okay.
Hello.
Wait, I want to hear what Button Bell's going to say something now.
Let Georgia speak. I have said quite a few things. Go.
But can someone answer my question? I did just ask a question.
Ask me a question specifically.
Not you, but I asked the panel, everyone.
What is the question again?
So up north, like people use that phrase, like, "Oh, I'm going to the P shop," as just like it's just a thing that they don't actually mean it in like a.
I'm from north and no.
Yeah, my grandfather's family is from Newcastle, and they don't just randomly say the P word willy nilly. I'm afraid. It's not all people
from the northeast, and I've got 2 mixed race sons, and their dad's Pakistani. We never use that word.
Hungry Guy, what you basically need to know is this, yeah. It may not be used by someone who's trying to be racist, but it's rooted in racism. How do you think it started? Do you think someone just went, bro, it's rooted in racism? Do you get it? Like, why? And let me ask you this. If you know something to someone hurts them, why can't you just remove that one word?
Okay, if I know
Feeling the need
something
to
hurts
say that
someone,
word.
I wouldn't say it. I would be apologetic. I don't want to hurt anyone. But what I'm saying is, it seems on
There you
this
go,
app,
bro. It's not
if
hard.
someone just said the word, any kind of word, let's use EQ as an example. Okay, the whole reason no one went for EQ is because EQ didn't say it against anyone. She didn't say it. She was just saying the word for the sake of saying the word. Now, she shouldn't have said it in the first place, but no one came for her. No one came for
about
her.
it as well, Hungry Guy. Can I be honest? The moment I uploaded the footage, it was removed from TikTok. So it wasn't actually spoken about because it wasn't on the FYP. Because anybody.
So see, now I feel like you're making excuses for her.
I'm not making. How is that making excuses?
No, not just you. I feel like everyone.
But I don't agree. I tried to upload it.
Well,
Then I put it on YouTube. I tried to. I was making videos on it. People didn't really speak on it. Like that's
Yeah, but okay, so that's what I'm saying. If people are so offended when someone says the R word, how can they not be offended when EQ says that N word and no one speaks about it? If no one found it offensive, that's exactly my point.
I think we're going off track here.
Hungry guy.
I think we're going off
No,
track.
no, Devin, you don't count in this. Okay, I want to know why everyone else. I know you would have said something, but I want to know why no one else said anything.
because it wasn't on the FYP. Not everyone knew about it. Luke the Judge did a live about it. Well, not a live about it, but spoke about it on his live. And the amount of comments were like, didn't know it even happened.
Yeah, but Courtney, I think we're going off track here, naming other people and what's been said from other people.
I know, but I'm using
the point here is what we're saying is what Hungry Guy said. He said in that live the other day was the F word, the R word, and the S word. So what we were all saying was, is that offensive? Because Hungry Guy is a gay man, and he says he can say that.
No, I never said that. You guys said I can say that. I never said I can say that.
But you did say it, didn't you?
No, I didn't. No, it was just
You
in that
come up and
live.
told us that you said it.
I never said. I said I was in a live, okay, and those words were used in that live. Not by me. I don't even remember who said it. Someone.
I'm not going to lie. I feel like we're all being gaslit now.
Yeah, I'm sure that you said. So if you didn't say it, who specifically said?
Do you think I remember who? It was a random live.
Didn't you
Like
say
with 9 people.
you was in a live for
all of
them
us are
words were
wrong.
being said, and you was all laughing and joking.
That's what you said.
Well, that's how the gist of it was. But it wasn't like, oh, you faggot. Oh, laughing. We're laughing at
saying it.
Sorry.
saying it.
Okay, now, yeah. But please, let's go back to the EQ thing. Okay, why did no one pick up on EQ?
That's not a conversation. But you came into this box and said, me, Ben, and Corey were all sitting saying 3 words. That's what.
No, I never said that, Courtney. Please get the replay. What I said, I was in Ben's live. Okay, I was in a live with Ben, Corey, and some other people. It was Ben's live, and in that live, the F word was used. Okay, the R word was used and the S word was used. It wasn't used towards anyone. It wasn't used in a derogatory term, in a malicious way. It was just used as just like, yeah, people just saying it, like, yeah, just saying it. But you guys are basically telling me
Hungry guy, you said,
no, please,
Hungry guy, you said we. It pricked my ears up. Honestly, you said it, bro. You said it.
You also said, mate, I'm not going to go at you, mate.
Don't gaslight
You
me.
also said that you were laughing and joking about it. That's what we were saying. So is it offensive for other people? That's where this whole conversation's come from.
Literally, why would I be asking you if you're gay if I didn't think you were the one that was saying it?
Because you're trying to make the point that because I'm gay, because I'm I've got bipolar and registered, I can use that word and it'll be fine. That's the point you were trying to make.
Yeah, because I can't tell you not to use that word. I'm not gay.
But it's a slur. Why would you want to use it?
But because it's the same as I wouldn't go to a black person and say stop using the N-word. It's your word to use. It's not my word. If I tell a black person that you can't use this word, that's silencing a black person, which was done for years. It's the same.
Okay, Courtney, can you tell a white person not to use it?
Yes.
100%. That's called an ally.
I would tell a white person, if you're white and using any racial slurs, then yeah, I would say, what the fuck are you doing?
See more white people, and I will use the word white because my family's white, right? In my front room, if a family member or a friend used a racial slur, number one, I'd pull them up on it. And number two, if they said, I don't give a shit and carried on using it, they would not be in my front room.
Hungry Guy, you also did come up and say that you were saying the R word and the S word because that's how you came to make us all aware that you have bipolar. Well, none of us knew that.
No. She asked me, "Are you disabled?" And by her asking me, "Are you disabled?" she was basically saying, "If you are disabled, you can use that word." But then I made the point that I've only got bipolar. I don't even consider myself as disabled, but technically, because I do have the diagnosis, I am registered disabled. So she was trying to basically say, because you are registered disabled, you can use that word. But my point is, it's a slur. If it's a slur, it's a slur.
Why did she ask you that, hungry guy?
The reason
She asked you that because she heard you say that you were
it.
using the terminology. Sorry,
Exactly. But then I said, when you said that you're registered for bipolar, I said that you really shouldn't be using that word.
Okay.
It doesn't affect the whole. Wait. Doesn't affect the whole community that are disabled. It affects people that have got muscular dysplasia. I can't even say the words. Do you know what I mean? Like certain words where people have got muscle spasm or so it doesn't affect you, it affects other people. Right, I'm gonna ask a poll, right? I need to ask a poll. Like,
sorry to interrupt you.
No, sorry, can I just say one more thing? Sorry. Even like you did, what's your name? Hungry guy. You did say that you said it in the live, but even if you didn't say it in the live, you said it in here in this box. So
yeah, but that was clearly an accident. I didn't mean to. And that's what I'm saying. People will jump on that. People will jump on that, even though I literally said it by accident. I didn't mean it. It was just literally, I was speaking and then the word just came out. I didn't mean to say it. Okay, but now people will call me up.
It's funny how no one else in the box has just accidentally slipped that word out though, isn't it?
Yeah, but I was literally...
So if I was to say it now and I said, "Oh shit, that was an accident," would you accept that?
It depends on the context you said it in. If you just came out like EQ, said that word, by the way, and then came up with some bullshit excuse, then I would be like, well, no, because now you're trying to be funny. You're trying to be like, no. Okay, but the way I said it, I was just literally speaking, and then instead of me saying, oh, R word, okay, the word just came out. And then I was trying to also make the point, the word retardation is in the Oxford Dictionary. Okay, so I'm allowed to say that, but I can't say...
Can I just quickly say something? Firstly, Hungry Guy, you need to stop using EQ as an example for anything on this app. You need to stop using her.
Kevin, speak up now. Don't fucking go mute. Speak up.
Wait, can I quickly do... Wait, before... Because we're interrupting people. Can we stop doing this? But I just want to quickly put a poll up. Sorry, KJ, I'll let you finish. Can we put... I'm going to put a poll up. Happy face if you think... the hungry guy is trolling us. Sad face if you don't think he's trolling us.
What kind of poll is that? Are we not allowed to have a debate?
I generally believe in this. I think half the shit that you do on this app is for out of to get reaction.
Okay.
I genuinely believe that.
I believe he does.
Okay, because that's what I do. Because literally, I'm not having a decent conversation. I'm not conversing, exchanging ideas, trying to understand something that I don't understand. That's not what I'm doing. You're telling me that's not what I'm doing. I'm here trolling. Okay, I'm here literally trolling, making fun of all of you guys, literally just making this as a whole game. So literally everything I've said was complete rubbish.
Hungry Guy, right? At 32, some of the questions you're asking generally, like some of the stuff you're saying is really confusing.
Yeah.
I mean,
are you confused because you don't understand what I'm saying, or you don't?
Truthfully, originally when I requested the box, you weren't even in here. You actually came up before me, and then it all went. You took the whole chat to a different angle because originally.
Okay, can you just answer the question I just asked? Are you offended because you don't understand it?
Originally about his debate tonight, and then you have taken the chat somewhere way different.
And I think that's what you do a lot.
Because originally I was coming up just to ask Frankie a question. Well, actually, not even directly at Frankie, actually. It was just to find out people's opinions. And then you took the chat, which I actually feel you do in every live that you get into, because I feel you like it. And I truly believe that you do like this, because I'm finding at 32 how some of the things you're saying are what you're actually saying. Like, to ask
I feel
the question,
people put on
if
a
a
front
white
when they come on this
person
app.
said the N-word, can you pull them up? I find it mad that you're even asking that question.
And do you know what I find mad? Devin sat there with his fucking mouth shut.
He just saw one as a break. People tap the screen for Courtney.
Speak up. Speak the fuck
she's
up.
running a
Don't
good
just
life.
sit there.
People
You
tap the
have all
screen
this
for
fucking
Courtney.
energy when we're Paige and them lot.
Don't get aggressive.
Right, sorry, I've just muted Hungry Guy because you're being really
Let's
aggressive.
do inheritance.
Why does Hungry Guy like
Me?
I don't understand.
What have I done?
Wait, can
You're
we
a cunt and you
Wait, can we
cunt.
Hungry Guy, I am going to... Right,
Sorry, I'm not having him calling people a cunt in the boxes.
Can we listen to Devin, because he was going to tell you all to tap and shit like
No, I'm being genuinely like, what certain lives are really good, and Courtney, this has been really good, and you deserve more likes. Then it's like I feel it because I don't ask for it myself, so I'm going to ask you.
Can I just ask the question? Why on earth, out of the blue, did he go at Devon?
No idea, bro. I have no idea. I don't know. I'd like to ask him. I
And
don't
started
mind.
saying something about you always pipe up when you're with Paige and that. I'm like, I don't really understand what he's asking.
I think he wants me to go for EQ. I don't know.
Right, get in the box.
But why are you
Guy.
going for EQ? I'm not EQ.
Can I just say something quick?
Yeah, on you go, Robert.
Right. I've been listening to the whole conversation, and there's parts of this conversation that I find quite uncomfortable. Because the part of the conversation I find uncomfortable is the disability side of it. Now, I'm 37. I grew up with my disability. I was born with my disability from a very... I come into the field in a very simple-minded, I don't mean to be rude, but simple-minded world. Now, when it comes to people like myself, there's words that were thrown out from other people that I would find really uncomfortable. And there was one occasion when one of my family members got so upset and angry that they confronted a person about it. Now, you have to bear with me because I have cerebral palsy, and so I'm currently in a wheelchair and I suffer with epilepsy, and my speech cannot be affected. But when I hear somebody in a live saying things like, "Is it acceptable?" on racism and things like that, no matter what, when you go to social media nowadays, you have to be very careful because straight away in this society you're gonna get targeted because of the fact that people can get really upset, and you can get punished for it, for anything. So you have to be careful. Now, I got really angry because of the fact that there's people in here that are genuine and being honest with the person that's on the bottom left. And it seems to me that he's brushing it off and coming up with another question to try and hide the fact that this is a serious conversation and we need to take it more serious than any other normal conversation we have. Now, I'm not being funny. I've grew up with a lot of people in my life, yeah? And so you to say that, okay, you're 32, granted, but you should know that at that age, things change drastically. And I don't like when certain words get said to me, right? But I never ever say it myself because I found that very hypocritical, personally. So you can sit there and go, well, is that acceptable? Is this acceptable? None of it's acceptable. It's how you say it. It's down to you. Nobody else can control how you say it. But you cannot say it in any social media platform because you're going to get targeted. No matter who said it, who's done it, you're going to get targeted. So you can sit there and say it's acceptable when it's not. Because I've had this type of conversation with two people now, yourself and Angie, right? And I don't like Angie that much, but I actually went into a live and I told her that it affected me. It completely affected me. So, Hungry Greg, can I ask you one question? please.
Let me.
Yeah, go on.
Right. I came out at the age of 34, right? I'm a disabled person, as you know, I've already told. Would you expect me to say the words that you've brought up, being a gay man and a person with disabilities?
Well, it depends on, well, number one, why would you say the word? And number two, it would depend on the context you said it in.
It doesn't matter if it's in any context, you should not be saying it. This is what I'm trying to explain. In this day and age, you have to be careful what you say to people, because you're going to get shut down straight away, especially on TikTok. Seriously, especially on TikTok. If I'm with my friends, if they were to ask me any question about my disability, any at all, that showed me that they want to know information, so they're more aware. I find having a conversation about disabilities or whatever a good way to do it. And if a person comes to me and asks me questions, fair enough, because that shows me that that person is aware and may spread awareness about disability, even if they don't know any sort of detail about disability. They can always search it up on different types. Now, I'm not saying I know every single disability, but I'm willing to learn. Like every day, I learn every day on anything. But it doesn't matter what context it is, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because that just says to me, anybody can say anything and not expect any punishment.
Okay, can I ask you a question, Robert? And I would love an answer to this. Okay, I don't want to bring her up, but I am going to bring her up. When EQ said what she did, I had one person in this box say to me, "No, you can't use that as an excuse for what EQ did." Okay, so we're siding with EQ. Okay, Courtney said she posted a video, a screen recording, I'm assuming. Okay, and that's her way of basically calling out EQ. Okay, now. Okay, do you not see the hypocrisy here? I know Devin does, but he's too pussy to fucking open his mouth.
Hang on 1 second. I don't like EQ, personally. I've watched a couple of videos, and some of the videos I've watched are very uncomfortable to watch, right? But that's my personal choice. Yeah?
Say that again.
Courtney, can we stop this? It's deflection, we're deflecting off the subject.
No, but I think...
No, we're not deflecting, Frankie. I've got a very good point, okay? And if you guys don't want it to come across exactly how it's coming across, someone really needs to answer me.
Sorry, so what it is, I mean, I will admit, Frankie, I sometimes use situations on the app to explain how, like, certain things. So I think that's all he's trying to do. We'll let him finish, and then Robert, what I'm going to do is I'm going to let Devin speak, because Hungry Guy keeps coming at Devin, and I think it's only fair that we find out how this is going about. So, yeah. No, it's okay. No, but on you, Robert, finish. Can everyone mute? It's just because there's a little bit of static from Robert. When like Robert's speaking, there's some static happening. So obviously, it'll just make it so we can hear Robert.
I just feel that in my personal experiences, and I actually fight for people with disabilities myself. If I find something really wrong, and that person can't help themselves with that, I try and help them. So all I suggest people to do now, when it comes to things like racism and disability, it's okay where if you want to spread disability awareness, fair enough. Racism is a very sore subject around the world. You have to be very careful on how you say things. I'm really strongly about that, especially with that. Disability, you know, you got family members, mums, fathers, they're going to stick up for their babies. It's a natural thing they're going to do. And on that thought, I am going to step down because I've got stuff to do.
By the way, I never said, okay, I'm just saying, if everyone knows what EQ said was wrong, okay, why did no one go for it? If you guys stand on this, why didn't anyone mention it?
Oi, when did you go for a Hungry Guy? Because I must have missed it.
When did I go for EQ? Well, I'm going to give you something, and I'm going to tell you something.
No, can you just answer the question, please?
Okay, I'm going to answer that question. Okay, the reason why I didn't go for her, okay, is because I didn't see a reason to. Okay, the same reason why I never went for Pearl. I never called Pearl a racist. Yet everyone on this app calls her a racist.
So you're
never once
arguing against
thought she'd done
everybody about
anything.
something that you don't see that you should have called out. So can everyone?
Why
else
should I call it out? I can. Do you want me to tell you why? Okay, let's start with AQ and why I don't think what she said was racist. Okay, but based on what you guys are saying, based on the way you guys are
This
standing,
is from you. This is from you. Don't forget, right? There's people like myself that could actually see that in a different way. You've got to bear that in mind. Don't be blindsided on this now. You have to be honest. You're 32 years old. You've roughly been on this planet not very long now. So you grew up with people acting different, saying the things that you wouldn't normally say on a daily basis. Correct?
okay, Robert, the way it's just coming across to me is coming across as fake.
I'm going to be honest.
And Paul in the comment, I don't
blindsided.
expect everyone else to go for them. But everyone is sat here having a go at me for literally not even saying a word. Okay, so I'm using the argument. Why didn't you go for EQ who actually said the word?
Can I just say something?
Baggy, can I drop you for 1 second? Because Torian's in the box and I'll let you up. Oh, wait, it's okay. Someone's dropped. It's okay.
Molly hasn't spoke. She might as well go.
I know Molly's gone, but I don't know if Molly was dropped.
I've not dropped anyone.
No.
Keep an eye out at the top and it'll...
It's not saying anything. I never saw that.
Hi guys, how's everyone doing?
Fine. Yourself?
I just want to ask Hungry Guy a question. Hi, Hungry Guy. Are you saying what you don't think what EQ said was racist? That when she said the N word to Andrew, or am I missing something?
No. That's what I'm not gonna. I want you guys
that's
to
what I'm
answer.
trying to understand. That's why I came up. So I wasn't.
No. Torian, okay, that is literally. I need. The thing is, people are so good at deflecting. I asked a simple question: why people in these boxes, why they didn't go for EQ? But then it's being twisted. It's like, oh, okay, well you did. But then Courtney did say something. She did attempt to go for EQ. She posted a screen recording. That's her way of doing it. Okay, fine. Okay. Why didn't anyone else mention it on the thingy and stuff like that?
Can I quickly respond to him because he's mentioned my name a couple of times?
Yeah.
So,
Hi, Devon. I don't even see you up there.
hello, baby. You're right. Back up.
Right.
Can I
Let's
just say
hear.
something quick?
Yeah, Robert.
Well, I couldn't reply to what EQ said because I don't follow her. Right? So...
Okay, can someone that did hear what EQ said, why can you answer?
That's why I didn't react to it. Right? And to be fair, right, the only person that's reflecting a lot of stuff since I've been watching this live is yourself. You need to stop and listen to what people are saying.
Oh, I'm very much listening to what people are saying.
Obviously not, because every question that you get asked, you reflect it and then you come up with something else.
No, I don't reflect it. I'm literally asking a valid question.
Yes, you do.
That you guys don't seem to be able to answer.
Can I say something to you, right? Hungry Guy, do you know what's happened, right? Is, as I said, not everyone heard it. I'm not excusing what EQ did, because obviously I tried to get it out there as much as possible.
Courtney, everyone knew what she said.
Hungry Guy, please, can you let me fucking
No, they
finish?
didn't, Hungry Guy.
No, right. So not everyone knew about it, but not just that, right? Oh my god, my brain is just trying to remember what I was about to say there. Right. It's not that as well. It's not everyone had the platform, right? Not every big platform. Torian mentioned it. I know Torian spoke to Perez about it. Didn't you, Torian? You told her Perez.
Yeah.
So there's one example, right?
Okay.
Frankie
Give me someone that isn't black.
Please let me fucking finish. Frankie doesn't sit on this app and talking about racism. That's not his platform. He doesn't do that, right? And I haven't personally, I don't know, Ashley doesn't really go live, I don't think. Ashley goes into boxes. And I know that Miss Baguette was also going to speak about it, but guess what? Whenever people tried to put it down, it was removed. The only person I've seen doing it fair enough is Luke the Judge, because anyone else that tried to put it was probably scared in case their platform got banned.
So the only one that played it is Luke the Judge. Did he get banned, or is it because he hates EQ and he maybe he wants to raise awareness? But I think it's more because he's trying to get at EQ because he doesn't like
her. It's not because of that at all. Because Luke the Judge, to be fair, has actually called out other people who at the time he was friends with.
Okay, but he never got banned, so he never got banned.
Can I just say something quick? Have anybody thought about the person that have been trying to bring this up? That they've been silenced straight away on a public platform? Because that, well, it seems like to me. I might be wrong. Please, somebody say I don't think so. But it seems to me that everybody that wants to bring up this topic or bring up EQ as a topic, they get shut down. They go silent.
They don't want to bring it up as the topic. Full stop.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Ooh,
so everybody's being silent of the fact of the matter is.
Not everyone. I hear what you're saying, Robert. I think, you know what it is? I'll be real with you. Like, point blank period. I think some people, let's be real, when it comes to racism, some people on this app that we have seen altogether have spoke about it based on the fact that they are not talking to another person or they don't like it. A lot of people have said it because they genuinely care about racism. I feel like not everyone that speaks about racism is genuine. Does that make sense?
Torian. Thank you.
But
that's the point that I was trying to make this whole time.
Yeah, I don't think not everyone that speaks about racism is genuine. Some people are questionable, and there is people that do genuinely care about racism. Whether that's white, Asian, whether you're not from the black community. You know what I mean? So that's
I get that, Dorian. I appreciate you bringing that up.
Robert, can you let other people talk? We're all sitting here on mute, waiting for people to get an edging word.
Oh,
right?
sorry, I didn't know. Sorry.
Oh, can we hear from what Devon was saying? Because a minute ago, Hungry Guy sent for Devon for no reason, and I'm saying, what was that for?
Yeah.
So, the reason why I went for him is because he wanted to put a race tax previously when Pearl.
Right, we've asked to hear from Devon and you're speaking again.
But he asked the question, so I think it should be fair for me to give
It should be fair for Devon to speak.
No, but we don't know why he's going for Devon. We do need to hear why he's going for Devon, to be fair. We need to know. Right, say.
Okay, thank you. So what I was trying to say, Devin was the one who said, when Pearl said what she did, he went around, okay, literally standing on it, I expect everyone to pay a race tax, okay? When people literally say something racist, they have to donate money to a, what's it called, like a black charity or something like that. Now, he had that much to say, okay, when Pearl said it, okay? Now, he's acknowledged what EQ said, meaning he knew what EQ said. Why didn't he say anything?
Okay, so Hungry Guy, let me respond. I don't know what you're talking about. I didn't see it. And the only thing I'm going to say is it's very similar to what Darby Dan. I've called Darby Dan out countless times very loudly. He has a video that is so bad that TikTok remove it every single time. Not everybody knows what happens with Darby Dan.
Devin, hand on my heart, everyone, even on the chat, even in these boxes, know what EQ said. And no one can tell me any different. No one can tell me any different.
Fuck what EQ said, man. What the fuck are you going back on her for?
No, that's what I'm trying to say. So they can have a go at me for not even saying a word, literally gaslight me, but then they won't do anything for EQ because she's the big creator, because she actually is notable on this app.
Fucking hell. Nobody
No, Hungry Guy.
cares.
One second. Hungry Guy. I genuinely have no idea what you're referencing. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
She's done so many effed up things. When was this? She's here. There you go. Like...
No, you guys... No, because I didn't even want to make this about EQ.
We've called on
I'm
it. You wanted this. Let's do this properly. Let's do it properly. Let's do it properly.
All you've done is mention EQ. That's why I'm saying let's go back.
Listen, this guy's twisted up on his fucking story. How many fucking times in the past
No, I'm not.
hour?
I just won't allow for anyone to
chat
gaslight
shit, bruv. You
No, I
come in
don't.
here
No,
on
I don't.
something that nobody fucking knew about, and then it's like, but these people have said this, this, and this, and that. And then I was sat there with
Did
them
you know
laughing
that
and
about that
joking.
with EQ? Did you know?
The fuck, man?
Did you know?
I couldn't care fucking less.
So he didn't even answer yes or no. He said, see, this is the gaslighting that I'm fucking talking about.
You're
Don't fucking
gaslighting your fucking self.
I'm actually fearful for EQ being in the live because this man is fucking obsessed with her in like a really weird way.
EQ is one of two people that I subscribe to. Okay, I follow her, and
Oh my
like I
God.
said, why I didn't go for her is because
He's biggest fucking fan.
1 second, 1 second. So basically,
Follow her.
what you've done is
Hungry guy.
you've won attention. She's here. Let's do this. We can talk about it properly.
I'll say it as it is. EQ, you're a shitty person for using the N-word on Angie's live. Is that what you wanted, hungry guy? Is that what you wanted?
Well,
Wait, I'll
would you
call
not say that anyway? Courtney, would you not say that? You posted the screen recording.
100%, I would say it anyway. I've had my issues with EQ and I didn't agree with her.
Hungry
It's
guy,
like-
you say it now.
But you can only say it when she comes in the box now.
I can't sit here and say that she's a rape.
1 second, can I ask Hungry Guy a question? Hungry Guy, do
Wait,
you
I'll
subscribe
drop
to
because the
EQ?
point I come up to make ages ago is like well past, so I'm going to drop for now.
Actually, sorry. It's getting mental.
What's your name? Hungry Guy, do you sub to her?
Sorry?
Do you chat? Are you and EQ like? Do you follow each other? You look cool, kind of thing.
No, well, it's not that. Well, I've never spoken to her personally, but I do watch her. I watch her FYP.
Oh, hello, attention for me.
Oh God, the monster's here!
Shut up, Torian.
The monster's here!
What have I done
Ding
now?
dong, the witch is gone.
Oh no, so if I can just explain, so Angie was saying that she could use the word dyke on Michelle because she wasn't a lesbian. So I said, so I can use the N-word on you because you're not black, and she was like, so I was just proving a point. I
No,
wasn't
but
actually...
EQ, you know what? You said the N. You could have said, "Oh, so if I use the N word," you said the actual word.
Oh
you know
no, it wouldn't have had as big of
You know what
an
you're
impact.
doing, babe. Like it's crazy.
It has to have the impact, you see, to make people
Okay, but
realise.
Evil Queen, you're a white woman. You're not mixed race.
I'm
you're
not
black,
white,
You're
I
not
go
a
on the
woman of
sunbed.
color.
I
You
go on
are a
the
white
sunbed.
woman. What is it that you don't understand about that?
I'm not, love. I go on the sunbed. I'm quite brown, to be honest.
No, you're not brown. You will never. Hold on. Wait. You will never be brown.
I identify as black. I now identify as a black trans woman. Sorry
You
about
identify as a black trans.
that. A
woman.
black trans woman, that's the
Babe,
one.
there's nothing black about you.
Excuse me, you should have
There
seen
is
me.
nothing black about you. You're
Excuse me.
built like a PlayStation.
You should have seen my
Your
old
head
penis.
is massive,
It was
and this
as
is why
black
your
as
man
they
was
come,
cheating
love.
on you.
Absolutely.
This is why your boyfriend was cheating
right,
on
we're gonna
you.
Stop.
And
Right,
this
EQ.
is why you was crying like a little bitch. 1 second.
Queen,
Courtney.
stop.
Go on,
Right,
go on.
EQ, I know that you coming into your little character. Can you please just be serious for once?
I'm
And
being
just-
serious.
Oh,
I'm
she
a
is
black
being
trans
serious, Courtney.
woman, and
That's the thing.
only
She is being serious.
But you understand that you should
Can I
not
speak
have
to
used
EQ,
that-
please?
Yeah.
Hello, Devon.
I just want to say that's why your man cheated on you. That's why you was crying like a little
Please,
bitch.
let's not do personal attacks. No, I'm not doing my debate and attacking people personally, right? We're just having a
Bro,
conversation.
she's talking about she identifies as a black woman.
I'm allowed to. I'm allowed. I'm
I
allowed.
know, and it's wrong. You should stop it.
I'm allowed.
No one's allowed to be identified. No, right, on you go.
Excuse me, you can't tell me that.
Well, I can. You can.
You can't, love.
Frankie, Grumpy, Miss Baguette, Devon, do you have anything to say?
Well, Devon wanted me
I'm
half an
waiting
hour
for
ago.
you to
Hello,
say
Devon.
something to
Hungry
her.
Guy, don't try to call us out, bro. You're the one that
No, you.
Wait.
We was on about what you said when you first
Like,
come in this
hungry guy,
box, bro.
shut up! Fucking hell, your voice. Right, Devon, go. Sorry, I didn't.
I just want to speak to EQ on a level.
You always do. Hello.
So when you, why did you feel it was necessary to use the word?
Because I wanted to show Angie that you can't say the dyke word as easily as what she was. She was trying to justify it with, well, Michelle's not a lesbian, she can't be offended. So it's a bit of an extreme example, but it got the point across, you know what I mean? And she couldn't have nothing to say.
Do you feel white people can say that word?
Oh my God, definitely not. Only to prove a point, you know what I mean? Perhaps. Like my situation.
Perhaps.
Like my situation with Angie. You know
Why
what
are
I
we
mean?
talking to this woman with
I
any
called
piece of dignity?
a white woman at you.
Why are we talking to this woman with any piece of respect? She's trash on our shoe. Bun you. I don't know why
Yes,
she
I'm
even gets
sorry.
any time of day. You've just sat on a platform.
Torian, you said someone's child should
You
be
just
killed.
said you identify
You said
as
a child should be stabbed, love. What are you talking about? You literally said a child should have been chuck.
You're not. I don't care. I said what
So
I
how
said.
can you say
I'm held
anything to me?
accountable. I don't give a fuck.
I'm not calling
you
up your
continuously
character.
Be racist.
So why'd you
you
give me the
continuously be racist, EQ.
Whatever.
It's not even funny.
I'm gonna make
But
sure
you
I
know
get
what
a
it
black
is?
or mixed race
You know what
fella
it is? It's because you're broke in
Watch
real life.
me get a
You rely on
black or
TikTok
mixed
gifts.
race
That's why you
fella
have to be
next.
controversial.
I'm gonna fuck
but
the
you're
black
really broke
community
in
next.
real life, and that's why
I'm
your
gonna
man was
fuck the
trying
black
to girls in
community
Brazil. Because your tonton don't bring life, babe.
Oh,
Remember
we've heard
that,
this
yeah?
before, love. We've
Yeah,
heard it all
and I'm
before.
telling you again.
And I'm telling you again.
We've heard it
So
all
where do we go
before.
from here? You're a bitch. You see people like you, yeah. This is why
Affected, she's really triggered,
That's
isn't
why
she?
no man that you ever have stays with
Okay,
you.
love.
That's why the same way Bradley left, this brother left. No
Yeah,
man wants
yeah,
you, babe.
good,
Nobody
good.
wants you. You're a lonely.
Have you got a
lonely
boyfriend,
person.
Torian?
You have no family. You have
Torian,
no kids.
do you have a
You have
boyfriend?
no one that loves you. That's why
Okay,
you come
let
on
me have-
live and spite all this hate. Right, bye. Idiot.
No, I'm dropping you both, okay? Because I don't want this.
Do you know
I
what
want
it is?
conversation. This isn't a live for the drama. I actually hoped that would have just been an actual conversation, right? You've both taken it to personal levels, and it's not okay, and I don't agree with it.
If we combat racism with transphobia, is that all right?
No.
Because I'm just like, what?
I don't understand how this conversation.
Gloria never said
Why
anything
the fuck
transphobic.
was that
Anything
bias
to
when
do
I
with a
dropped them
racism
both?
debate. It's not a racism debate.
Sorry. Can I just say this? How the fuck is that bias when I dropped them both? I could have removed only EQ. Make it make fucking sense. Sorry.
I don't understand how this has all just turned into it was just a racism debate. It wasn't, because you was also talking about the disability slurs. You were also talking about the homophobic slurs and saying how none of them bothered you. That's what the issue was, is that you don't seem to be asked about any of the slurs that include anybody. And that's what the whole thing was being raised about, because you didn't give a shit about any of them. And now all of a sudden it's EQ this, EQ that. And then on the back fold of that, you say, well, I subscribe to her. You need to sort your head out.
Yeah, it's EQ this and EQ that, yeah, because we need to go back to where this conversation started. EQ wasn't even in the conversation.
He turned it into EQ because he was using EQ as an example.
And another geezer called, I don't know the geezer's name, and they were saying that the S word, the R word, and the F word were being used, and that's where we all went from. Now, Hungry Guy has brought EQ into it. EQ's jumped in, and even everything she was saying, he was laughing at. So are we being mugged off here? Are we all entertaining this?
He's just sat here taking the piss and gaslighting everyone. That's all he's doing.
I think we're being mugged off here, big time.
All he was doing was just laughing at what she was saying. He wasn't standing up to her or nothing like that. What he was meant to be doing. He was.
But do you know why? Do you know why he was
I just say this. Million, you ain't getting in my fucking box, because I know for a fact that you're going to be transphobic as shit. That you can fuck off. Right? I'm not letting people like you in my box. I'm just putting it out there.
I think what was very interesting was that Hungry Guy said he wasn't interested in calling it out.
No,
I would rather.
No, that's not what I said.
But sat there kicking while she was talking shit.
You're the king of gaslighting. You said you didn't call. Someone asked you why you didn't call EQ out, and you said, "Well, why should I?"
No, I said I didn't need to.
Why do you feel you didn't need to?
For the same exact reason, you didn't do anything. Frankie didn't do anything, and Grumpy didn't do anything.
Because none of us heard it, bro. You're not listening. Listen, bro. You have to listen to comprehend, not to argue. And here's the thing, right? I mean this with the deepest love. I just got cast out for having a conversation. This is a debate platform. People don't debate that woman, and we just do things in one tactic. Why not have a conversation? What's wrong with that?
So what you're basically just said, she's exempt.
Well, listen, you said
no, because we didn't get a chance to get there because we stooped straight to the level of cussing her out rather than fucking taking it apart.
Is that on you or on her? You could have been taking.
Well, it's not on me, is it, bro? Because I wasn't.
That's why I was trying to calm Torian down so that it wasn't going to a personal level, and that's why I was saying we just have an actual conversation. Devin kept trying to speak, but other people were interrupting.
I feel like everything that we're saying is just going in one ear and out the other because nothing is sticking. The whole last 60 minutes has been pointless because regardless of what anyone says, because he doesn't find any of it offensive, nobody else should.
I've never said I never found it offensive.
You did. You said that I was sat in the live and I didn't find it offensive when all the slurs were being said. That's word for word what you said.
The conversation was very educational until other people started getting brought into it. That's why I kept saying, let's not send other people and what they've said. Let's go back to what the conversation is. Now it's just gone crazy.
No, I can't come with a counter argument.
But it's
come with a single argument, Hungry Guy.
Oh yes,
Not
I
one
have, Devin. Yes, I have.
You came on here and you said people still use the P shop, right? And what I'm saying to you is anybody that's still actively choosing to do that knows what they're doing. At that point, I don't care if you go, oh, I'm not racist. I've just brought up saying it. You know that it's wrong. So actively saying it, because you could just say, I'm going to the shop. The fact that you're putting the P word in there means that you have a feeling towards those people. Means that you look down on them in some kind of way, or you view them different to yourself. That's racism. Pure and simple.
I think in this time we need to hear Chopping Maria's calm voice. Oh, lovely. Joyce, say something.
Can I just say as well, you said that you follow EQ and everything like this, but people that don't follow EQ, they wouldn't have seen what she actually did say. I know I didn't see it because I don't follow EQ. I actually had to be shown what she had said. And personally, I have called EQ out many times, and I will continue to do so. If I got into the box where she was up here, I would have called her out to her face. That is how I do things. I call people out to their face. So why, when she was up here, and you were up here as well, why didn't you call her out just then? Why were you pandering to her then? As someone that actively has been talking about her for the last however long, why were you not one in the box to call her out? Why were you sat here, as you have said to Devon, why weren't you saying anything while she was up here? Why were you silent?
Well, the reason why it's because, okay, if I don't, let's say someone said something that is racist and stuff like that, I may be offended, okay, but I don't need to go out of my way to address that. If that's the case, I will be addressing 1,000,001 things that I see in this world. Okay, you don't just go and address things for the sake of addressing things. But yet you guys literally turned it on me and said that I find it okay to use those slurs. You turned it around. You kept turning around. I kept trying to, I'm normally good at this. I'm good at debates, okay? I know exactly how to do it. I tried to bring it...
I'm really sorry, but I can't listen anymore. I'm sorry.
Because he just turned the point so straight back around, didn't he? Like... I just don't get that.
It's that though where he's saying yous are all making out. No, you word for word said you sat in the live and you didn't find anything wrong with it. So no one was turning anything. It left your mouth.
He's a troll. The guy's a troll, 100% trolling. He's trolling us all.
I don't get that. He had so much energy for Devon, like saying, "Oh, you're being silent now. You're being silent now." But as soon as EQ came into the live, did you see how he panded to her? Like I don't get that.
I'll tell you what he did, right? He said EQ's name enough times that he knew people would be forwarding it to her enough times into her inbox so she wouldn't ignore it. He wanted her to come into the box. That was his plan all along, right? And the thing is with EQ, the same as Torian, they're always going to stand up for themselves. But the thing is, we can't say that we want to have healthy debates and meaningful dialogue, when we've got someone like that sat there for over an hour, because he was in the corner laughing. So as far as I'm concerned, he's got his wooden spoon, he stoked that, he made that situation happen. He wanted EQ in the box. Honestly, EQ, you need to, he's got stalker vibes. It's like he knew what he was doing the entire time. And you're not going to gaslight me or anyone else in this box, right? Because you came up initially saying we all said ABC slurs, and then he tried to say that he didn't say it. He was twisting and turning this way and that, and honestly, I've seen him in enough lives now to know what he is, and it is a superb troll, but I'm glad he's gone.
He just wrote in the comments, then shut up about it. You lot are fake. If I'm too hard for you, I'm sorry. Get a grip, mate.
I think he needs to go and have a mental health day, right? Just like take yourself off the app. I genuinely think the conversation was frying his brain.
It's more puzzling that he sat there and was like, but I've been saying this, right, well, you've been saying the same thing for 60 minutes and not one part of it's landed, so what are you saying apart from nothing?
Courtney, here's the problem with this app, right? This has now caused a massive divide. It's going to be the people who wanted to scream at it, like, how many lives do we see where everyone screams at each other? This is a debate live, right?
Yeah.
I choose to challenge people how I choose to challenge them. I'm not going to do it the way people...
You've never seen it hated, don't be that.
What's the point in her bringing her to the box and me cussing her out? I would rather challenge it. Like, people are saying, oh, you don't call it out. When I go to call it out, you let the TikTok shit happen.
And also... the way in which he was going for you is tactical as well, right?
He's just put in the comments, "You's a lot of scared of Evil Queen," and I love it. It's funny because the only person that brought Evil Queen up was you.
No one has an opportunity
that brought her up.
Sorry, a hungry guy is one of the most deluded people I have come across, right? If he thinks that he's educated, then we have a very worrying situation on our hands. Like, there was nothing that was penetrating his skull for even a second when there were people in the box talking about empathy. And what he did, Dev, by keep being so aggressive to you, calling you out, why aren't you saying this, why aren't you saying that? He wouldn't dream of talking to EQ like that.
No. Can I do something? Devin, are you okay with this if I drop everyone, allow EQ in and you two have a conversation?
Yes, educated chat, yes.
Can I just say something before I drop down?
Yeah.
This is what, as a troll, this is what Hungry Guy wants. He wants you guys to carry on talking about him, innit? This is the whole thing, innit? The guy's an absolute dweeb, innit?
Yeah.
Like, I can't believe that he's twisted himself up so many fucking times, and it's just like, I'm here ready to punch my phone, innit? Like, fucking idiot.
He's a troll, mate, and an absolute hypocrite as well.
You lot, Devs.
Don't drop everyone. We're
Can I make
adults
a
here.
point as well?
We're adults. Go on,
Like,
jump.
how is it comparable, the D slur to LGBTQ plus people? How is that comparable at all to the N-word? It's not comparable.
Yeah.
So why did she even at first say the N?
Yeah, but I think Miss Baguette said it, right? It's this whole punching down situation the whole time. Like, we don't combat one group of people by going for the other group of people. Like,
exactly.
It's just...
Right, so if EQ wants to come in, she's more than welcome, and let Devin and her have a conversation. I know people are not going to be happy about it, right? And I get that, but at the same breath, if Devin wants to be able to speak to her and find out what the fuck's going on, I think...
Do you know what it is? I don't even know what I want to say anymore, because things go that wild that you lose, like, any kind of fucking sense.
Yeah, Hungry Guy just drained us all of mental energy.
I'm not going to lie, but guys, I went live to rant about fucking Angie. How did it end up to this? Like, what the fuck?
Did no one notice the fact that Hungry Guy didn't answer a simple question?
You didn't answer anything.
No, he never.
Every time someone brought something to him, he was like, but EQ did this. No one gives a shit about what EQ did.
It's like a politician, isn't he? You ask him a question, he diverts.
But that's why he thinks that he's clever. Sorry, Chomp. Sorry, had you finished speaking?
No, it's all right, you go.
No, that's why he thinks he's educated, because his definition of education is, I'm not going to answer a question and I'm going to pick homophobia and racism. Like, I'm going to jump on the topics which he knows on the app are discussed and can cause, like, tempers to flare. And I'm just going to, like, twist and turn and make it all about me, which he did do for a period of time. But the comments and everyone else, we know what time it is, mate. Like, you're not educated. You're not interested in being educated, and actually my main concern is that you're looking after vulnerable people.
Did you at least have a love TikTok?
I don't think
Devon came for Angie though and had lives going on her for days and days. Hypocrisy, because she's scum.
Have you met her?
She's very
What do you want me to say to that, guys?
I'm not usually one to come after someone's spelling, but for someone who's claiming to have degrees, you don't spell no, N-O-W. Just saying.
Like Courtney.
And it doesn't make much sense that you keep preaching about your degrees in advanced medical practice, but you don't understand that slurs are slurs and that you don't say them.
Exactly.
Courtney, can I silence him? Can I have your permission, please?
Go for it.
Yes. Fucking yes. Where's your fucking name? Come here. Hold this, innit? Hold this, bruv. Hold this.
So it's fair enough, EQ. I get it. If you want to go and do your own life, you're entitled to that.
Yeah, exactly.
I didn't want it to go that way. I wanted it to be a conversation. Unfortunately, that happened. I still will say this. I do not agree with you saying the N-word. I'm white. I can't talk for the black community, but I just don't think personally, as a white person to a white person, you shouldn't be using that fucking word.
No. I don't think any white person has the right to use the N-word.
Everyone should be more educated and smart enough in 2025 not to use it, innit? Like, come on, just use something else, innit? Like, it's not It's not clever and it's not smart, guys.
She's not dumb. Like, here's the thing. I would like stand up here and fucking monologue and say you're wrong. She knows that she's wrong. The only thing that I do want to put out to you, and that I do want to say, is if you are smart and business savvy, you can do this without the race baiting.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would put to you. Like, you know that it's fucked up. You know you shouldn't say it. You know nobody's gonna fuck with it. Black people don't want you to use it. Like, you know, she knows it. Like, what are we doing?
I think it's right. I don't think, like, honestly, I don't think EQ wanted to use the word. Like, I watched that whole live, and you know what? I swear I've got it recorded. But
oh, interesting.
It is interesting because the only little clip I've seen of it was just the clip of that bit. But I'm not saying that if I was in a similar situation that I would have used the word, because I absolutely would not have. But I think she was trying to put something across towards Angie, because Angie was freely using a slur, and not seeing the issue with it. And anyone who's ever watched EQ knows that, like, a response is often a shock factor. And whilst I will still agree that it shouldn't have been said, I can understand that it was done as a shock response, in response to what Angie was saying. But I'm not.
Can I respond to that?
Saying
Can I respond to that, Baguette?
Yeah.
So let's say that is the case, yeah? If I now say, right, I understand your shock factor, I understand you're trying to make a point, but we find that deeply offensive, can you not do it again? Yeah? If they then choose to do it again, is that different?
Yeah,
because
I mean, like,
I'm telling you now, the point that you're trying to make, to try and make a point, is we don't like that. We don't want that point to be made. So respectfully, can you not do that again? So if somebody says that to you on a level and respectfully, if you do it again, are you a shitty human being?
Yeah, no, I get you. Like, because like I say, myself, I wouldn't have done that. But contextually, I think I can understand where her head was at. And whilst I still wouldn't have done it that way myself, I can only speak for myself because that's me. You could like see the frustration with the way, like, hang on, this point is not going into Angie's head. Like, this point is not going into Angie's head.
A brief comment, please. I didn't see it, right, and I also don't. I can't speak for EQ yet, and she'll say whatever she wants to say on it. Personally, from what I saw from the clips, right, is that she didn't want to say the words, right? She wasn't just coming out with it and going, look, I've used the word, right? She didn't want to use the word, but Angie being Angie and EQ being EQ, as she was saying before she was dropped, is that she was making her point. And she also, Dev, I don't know.
I could play it.
I heard her also saying, Dev, like, I get that it's wrong. Like, I get that I shouldn't have said it, but I was making the point to Angie that she can't just say that word either.
Do you want me to play it? I've got...
Yeah.
I think... Sorry, because I'm getting people saying shit in the comments. I've never said once that I justify it. I'm saying if you have seen it, you've probably seen the little clip of it. But I was recording her live because I don't know what was going on. But I like the longer version of it. I'm not justifying it. Like, if you can't get that in your head and listen to the words that I'm saying, then sorry, that's your problem, not mine. But there is more context to it.
Okay, so I don't think anybody's ever done this before. I don't think anyone's ever done this before. I'm asking EQ, yeah? This is a different tactic, yeah? I know you get a lot of shit. People will cuss you out. I'm asking you, yeah? Can you not use that word even to make a point? I'm letting you know now, the black community are offended by that word, right? And they would prefer it if you didn't use it. What you then choose to do with that afterwards, that's your business.
She's still here.
I'm just doing a different tactic.
I get that everyone's saying that EQ was using it as an example, but why did that have to be the example? Is there not multiple other things that she could have used in that circumstance to say, yeah, but you're using that in a term wrong in the same way I'm using this in a term wrong, and it not being something that would offend somebody else?
And can I just quickly say something to EQ? EQ, do you know that there's someone, I don't know if they're in this live, there's a guy called NJ Host that did a surviving EQ thing, and for 20 minutes trans conversations were brought up. They took it all to that. Rather than it being about what you've done, they brought it to the toilet situation, blah, blah, blah. And I went into that box and defended the trans community and yourself being a trans person, because I don't give a shit the fact you're trans, it's the fact what you say and do on this app that should be called out, right? And that person didn't even take it. He's just like, I can say whatever the fuck I want, right? But at the same breath, I even then tried to explain to him, because I don't know if you guys know, but the deaths in America to black trans women is fucking horrendous.
It is. Right?
It's it's bad. But I got berated from that person to the point, and I will admit I am an emotional person. EQ, you know, I'm an emotional person, to the point that I was humiliated in front of 1.5k people defending you against a black person because it doesn't make sense what he was doing. So, yeah.
I think also...
I just want to say this though. What I have seen, because I when I've gone into a live, I think I speak quite clearly, and that I'm anti-racist. But I do believe that there are people on this app that try and tear things, and I do see a lot of people trying to say that racism is worse than transphobia. I have seen that, and I also think that I'm not trans myself, so I can't talk to these things, and I feel uncomfortable when people from communities are not in the panel discussing this stuff themselves, right? But I would imagine if day in, day out, you're the one that's being ridiculed and laughed at and subjected to jokes and whatever, that actually there must be a part of you that's like, F it.
I think it's difficult for some people that don't understand the struggles that other people go through to separate those issues and see that there are many different communities and many different people that suffer in their own ways, and it's not comparable. It's not something you can put into, like you said, tier structures. It's not something you can differentiate between. One thing is not worse than the other, one thing is not less than the other. It's all something that is bad in different ways.
Sorry, can I just respond to something? So, see, someone wrote in the comments that EQ uses being trans or the transphobia towards her when she wants to. But that's the same thing as saying race card. That is exactly the same as saying, oh, here's someone using the race card again.
Courtney,
Yeah.
can we go in a different direction here?
Yeah.
It doesn't help when Torian responds to EQ with that she can't have children because there's females, including my own partner. Sorry?
Did she say that?
Yeah. No, listen, Frankie, I'm agreeing with you,
bro. She did say that, and that's
I never heard
I
that.
find that offensive because my partner can't.
No,
So
no,
I just don't see how you can go from react to racism from you can't have a child.
I'm sorry.
And here's the thing, yeah. Do you know what it does? It gives you see that interaction gave her a get out, because now she can go on her platform and she can say, I came up for a conversation and the angry black woman was transphobic, or the black community are transphobic. This is why we have to be careful when entering into discussions with certain people. That's all I'm saying.
And also as well, to address the thing where people are like, oh, what Torian said, where's the lie, right? We can have a conversation about people that aren't able to conceive, but it's the context in which it was used. Torian's response to EQ was to obviously cause her hurt by saying the stuff about her partners and saying that she can't conceive, right? The intention behind it is not to talk about who's got a womb and who hasn't got a womb. It's to be it's to cause harm to the person, isn't it?
I'm not going to lie, right? But I personally have never heard it, but I have been told that when stuff about race has been mentioned, Torian has gone to a transphobic level. But because I've never actually heard it,
it was said in here.
No, I know. I never heard what Frankie just said, but I mean in other instance.
Yeah, but it was just said in here. What I'm saying, EQ is a female, and for her to say you can't have children, whether it's biologically or not, it's still insulting to other females. And I've never had a problem with Torian, but that is insulting. I think it's wrong.
No,
You can't say to a woman because you can't have a kid. You're not a proper woman. Like
you can't
there's a few, hang on, there's a few people in the comments who have really misconstrued this. Like, I literally heard the words, your pum pum can't bring life. So if you, people might not have heard it, but that was said.
It was 100% said, and also like what Frankie said, like, you know, I'm, you know, just repeating what he said, like, as in, that's going to be hurtful to other people, because it's not just against the trans community, it's against heterosexual couples that can't conceive. It's what about people that are adopted or foster? Like, are we going to say to them, oh, you can't have children? Like, it's not. It's like, why is it implicating than that? So I think sometimes people forget, whether they're throwing racism at each other, it's not just the person that you're directing your racism or your homophobia or your transphobia at. You're offending communities. You're offending people that maybe aren't even commenting, that are just sitting in the chat. Like,
Can I just, sorry.
Guys, Courtney, I'm gonna have to drop because I can't be on the like a Tory and hate train, like, just out of like I'm.
No,
that's not what I'm
I
about.
understand that.
I'm a drop.
Yeah, but it's not a Tory and hate
Thank you,
train.
everyone.
It's a
I understand.
saying transphobic things, and if
you know, I like Tory.
Yeah, no, I get it. I can't be part of that.
It's not. I wouldn't drop Dev, just for the pure fact that you've got to take it from all angles of
Don't
don't
this defeat the object of what we've been talking about all day?
Yeah.
What she said was wrong.
No, but Frankie, I could put back here. I've not said a certain person's name. I could do the same thing, kind of. Do you get what I'm saying? The reason that I wasn't brought up into a box the other day, like, this is where it becomes dangerous, because then it opens up other things and.
Who's the certain person?
I'm sorry, Dev.
You know who the certain person is.
Alex.
I like Torian, right? And I'm not. I can say that I sit in EQs and watch her FYP show, right? And everyone, like, I've got nothing to hide behind, and like, I think where actually it gets problematic is actually if we do call it a hate train. Like, if we want to call people out, what I don't see happening is calling both sides out, right? Because what ends up happening is. What I've seen in other lives is loads of people who are EQ fans will bash Torian, and then loads of people who love Torian will bash EQ. Well, actually, what they both said was wrong.
Yeah.
And I like Torian too, but I would be if I didn't say anything just then, I would be being selective. I like Torian.
I wasn't saying
I like her, but
Torian.
if I ignored it, then I would be being selective.
I wasn't saying it's to attack Torian. What I'm saying is, like we've been saying in this whole life, if you're like Hungry Guy, a gay man, and he's the F word, so like Torian's mentioned that, I'm going to mention it now because it affects me.
Do you know what it is? There needs to be a difference between people. So here's the thing: if I stay up here and have my point of view, that other room's going to be like, he's up there slating Torian. I'm not slating Torian. We just function. Black people aren't a monolith. People react to things in a different way.
Back in here, now we'll tell her on a level.
You get it.
Can I quickly say this? Sorry, because people in the comments are saying that I allowed that on my platform. I swear to God, I did not hear Torian say it. This is me. I went into an overload of shit. Like, this is all kicking off. I'm not gonna lie. And that's when I finally kicked them, right? I'm not going to lie. I've started to feel a little bit uncomfortable, right? I barely hold lives anymore. And it all kicked off. And I did go through a little bit of a shit. And I did hear the personal attacks, but I did not hear that part. When Frankie mentioned it, I was shocked, right? I personally do not want to chill with Torian anymore. In my honest opinion, I'm going to call it out as it is. That's my personal opinion, right? I think it was bad enough when she did the thing with Gypsy Queen. She apologised for it. She has fucking sat and said this to Zach before in the past about not being able to have children. And she has said it about other people and saying, Dusty, blah, 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 right? I'm not chill with it. She apologised for that, supposedly, and she's done it again today. So that's not the type of person I want to chill with.
I think people are confusing why I want to drop. Like, they think it's not that. It's not what you think it is, but...
No, I know.
Did you want to drop? I'm interested to know. Why did you want to drop?
It's not about, like, supporting or agreeing or anything like that. It's a case of, this is TikTok, and a certain narrative's going to run. If I sit in a box with people that are insulting Torian, you get drawn into it. I'm here to debate.
There's a difference between insulting someone, because nothing I've said has been insulting towards Torian. As I like Torian, but at the same time, it'd be really hypocritical of me to ignore what I heard, but I am the type of person who can have like an adult conversation with somebody. If the same grace is given to me, then I can do that.
Can I just say something as just like a
after yeah.
Right, so the way that I took it, I don't think that it's difficult for me to get this out, innit? This is me being serious mode now. Like, the way that she come across, like, she blurted it all out, I understand that, and for her to say your pum pum don't give life or whatever, she's coming, the way that I believe it, she's coming from the fact that obviously EQ used to be a bloke, innit? Like, we can't not see that.
Well, she didn't grumpy, no, but that's what it is. It's transphobic. So can you understand? That's so hypocritical, Grumpy. I'm not coming at you, but that's so hypocritical, because what it is her attacking EQ for being trans, but the moment the EQ attacked Torian for her skin color, it's do you see what I mean? It's fight with fire.
It's straight across the line of all of it's wrong. None of us should be really attacking each other because we're all like flipping grown-ups, but it's a case of like she I can't get the words out properly, but
she's a trans woman.
There's no, bro, you can't. Here's the thing, this is why I wanted to drop, you can't defend it, bro. You can't. It was wrong. What it comes from a place of, this is why I can't be on the stage, because I'm an honest guy. I always have to be honest.
But I think your voice is probably needed more so than anything, because you are friends with Torian. So for you to sit there and say what she did say was out of order, it's justified.
It was out. Of course, it was out of order.
But maybe Devin will have.
But it's the smoke for the next 3 days. You don't get it.
Yeah, but Dev, this is what I'm saying. When I brought it up,
right to do that.
When I brought it up, I wasn't aiming for everyone to go at Torian. Like I said, I don't have a problem with Torian. But
you're speaking
what she said about she can't bring life is effective to my life, because my missus has to go through the same thing, and so do a lot of other women. I'm not saying Torian's a bad person. I'm just saying what she said there was wrong.
In the same way, we were all upset with Hungry Guy when he was saying that he thought it was, in his own words, what did he call it? Like banter between guys in a locker room, because they were all using slurs, right? So in the same way, we were going, oh, hold on, and different people come up, oh, that's my child you're talking about, that's my family member you're talking about, right? It's just, I just see it as the same difference. Like, we just, like, if I say something, call me out for it, But, and, like, if it affects you personally, like it did Frankie, then, of course, you're going to stick up for your wife and say, that's offensive to me because of this situation.
It's not that.
See, here it is, Button Belt, in the chat. Look at facility already. So racism is bad, but transphobia is okay.
Can I just
At what point, did I say so? And this is the thing. This will now be used in every single fucking room I go into because Torian did something. That's why I wanted to. I don't want to be associated with what other people do.
But you just said it to Grumpy. No, but Grumpy, she did wrong. You would know that she did wrong.
Exactly, but that's not the narrative that's going to run for the next 3 days, Courtney.
I'm not going to lie, Grumpy, it wasn't a good idea for you. I'm not saying you're defending her, but in a way you kind of were. What you were saying, we just have to say it. I don't give a shit who they are. Say it. You've done wrong. You're a shitty person for what you've just said. That's all we need to say.
I'm just saying that everyone's a shitty person here. The racism, the transphobia across the board is shit.
Yeah.
You know, Courtney, you know how you just said that, or, you know, you don't want to chill with Torian anymore, this, that, and the other, because obviously this is the second time she said something. Why do we not have the same energy for, like, Angie or EQ? Because they said the worst on this app, but then we continue to forget what they've said, and just because Torian's is always brought back up, you're like, now this is the second time she said not right.
Do I chill with Angie and EQ?
No, but she, EQ was just in your live.
Yeah,
Top girl. You might have
she was in here because
but I'm saying you don't want to chill with her anymore, but you're allowed to have EQ in the live.
Yeah, but Torian was in the box as well. Torian was in the box too. It wasn't just EQ. Torian and EQ were going at each other.
EQ was in the.
You see this whole Uno reverse? It doesn't work when you do the same thing. It doesn't, Top Girl. It doesn't, because people can say the same thing about Pearl. Do you get what I'm saying? And I'm not
That's what
using
I'm
this. I
saying.
can't
Hold
be
the
bothered to
energy
have
for
the same
the
argument.
same amount of people. Don't just because somebody's done something twice. Let's have the same energy for everyone across the board.
Yeah, but Top Girl, that's exactly what we're discussing right this minute.
I've been in the comments for ages.
You're coming into the box though as if like
No, I've been listening.
Okay, you've been listening, then you'll understand that Devon, more than anyone, was saying that both situations are wrong.
Yeah, I've listened.
Yes, and EQ and Torian went at each other, and then Courtney dropped them both at the same time.
I'm talking about they're still here though. Like the way
Who's still here?
I don't want to chill with somebody like that, this, that, and the other. Like hold the same energy for everybody.
Yeah, but Courtney doesn't chill with EQ. Courtney doesn't chill with EQ.
Having someone in my box when they're being discussed is not me chilling. Does Miss Red chill with everyone that she has in her box? It's just
we're talking about you.
No, but I'm just using that as an example. It's literally, it doesn't mean I chill with someone. You're letting them in the box because Hungry Guy mentioned her name about 1 billion times, right?
That's all I wanted to say anyway. But
it's my point. Can I just say something? No. I'm just going to say this, right? Because this is the shit that I deal with and I get sick of all this out. If I don't want to chill with someone, I don't want to fucking chill with someone, okay? With all due respect, Torian sits and does her own thing and I do my own thing. It's not like me and fucking Torian are fucking chum-chums. If I don't want to be around someone who's transphobic, I don't want to be around them because that's what I stand against. I don't want to fucking chill with EQ. What?
No, she left.
Top Girl left herself.
Yeah, Top Girl left.
Can I just say this? Yeah, this is what happens every single day on the app. Yeah, someone will make a point and someone will go, yeah, but you have this friend, and then someone will go, yeah, but you have this friend. Here's the thing: until we have a set level of accountability on this app, the Uno reverse is always going to be pulled because anytime I say something, it's going to be, yeah, but you know someone who did this, and I'll be like, I haven't done that. We're never ever going to get anywhere. So that's where it should just stop because a lot of people it's my fucking display picture is the way it is for a reason. It's because people will sit with one person but attack another person. Yeah. And I will safely say I stand on my thing. Torian, I will address her in my own time and in my own way. Nobody has to tell me how I should and shouldn't address it.
No, I think that's what
people are in the comments saying that I chill with Pearl and she was racist. I believe what Pearl says she meant towards her grandkids. It doesn't mean that I'm racist because I chill with her.
Not just racist at one time, unfortunately.
Well, I've only been on the app 4 months. You got to remember.
We definitely shouldn't go here.
Frankie,
I respect your opinion, and one day I hope we have this discussion properly.
I'm not gonna lie, yeah, I don't.
But I think this is going to go.
I totally disagree with what you're saying, right? But I just don't want to cause an issue because it's not because I sit with Pearl, it's because I sit with other people who sit with Pearl and I respect them. Do you know what I mean? So I just can't be bothered with having that conversation, to be honest.
Courtney?
Yeah?
I feel like Top Girl's comment was made because EQ was still in the live, but I'm not sure if Top Girl was here when everything happened. But EQ stayed in the live because Torian and EQ were both kicked out at the same time, and Torian left to go and start her own live, and EQ stayed in here. Torian wasn't removed from the room at any point. So because EQ was still in here when you seen, and that was what led you to think that was the reason that EQ was in here and she was being forgiven and whatever. It wasn't. It was just that Torian left to go on her own live and EQ stayed in here.
Exactly. And with all due respects, like, Top Girl doesn't chill with Angie, but she went into Angie's live earlier. Like, we've all jumped into people's boxes. Doesn't mean you're cool with them. You just maybe go into that because you need to have that conversation. And as even Hungry Guy said, that conversation hasn't happened. I've never heard, personally, EQ's response to it. So I kind of wanted to hear Devin speak to her about it and find out her response because it's never happened.
Top Girl, in my opinion, didn't feel affected by the no baby situation because she has children. That's in my eyes. Because I don't see why she'd jump up and say, oh, why is everyone going at Torian? No one was going at Torian. What I was saying was that was an insulting comment.
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So was the comments from EQ towards Torian. But like, I'm just saying that why was no one talking about that situation?
Can someone drop? Because Top Girl's in the box again.
Contract. A live's not doomed. A live's not doomed. We can still conversate. Just ask questions that we feel uncomfortable with. Fuck it.
Top Girl, request again because it's dropped you out.
Frankie, that's really sad for you to say, like, I'm not affected by something because I've got kids. Please don't tell me what I'm affected by or how I feel. I lost 6 babies before I had Albie. So no, 1 minute. You've said something. Let me reply. Please can I reply? You don't know how I feel, right? So don't come to me. No, 1 minute. You said you probably wasn't affected because you've got kids, right? You don't understand how. No, Frankie, can I please reply? So please don't tell me what I'm affected by and what not. I'm upset. I'm upset. Like, and I didn't say I'm not affected or she's right or what she's done or I said is right. I didn't say that at all. I just said it was a question to Courtney. I was a question to Courtney. Nothing about what was said about anything, right? So please do not tell me that I'm upset, right, about somebody who can't have kids because I didn't even mention what was said to each other.
Can I talk now, yeah? So why would you say something can drop, man? This girl, man.
She's listening to talk to her.
She'll be listening. She's in her
My point being, she jumped up while we was going on about that, while we were talking about that situation. And she jumped up and then diverted the whole situation. So I'm saying, if you're going to say, how can you have that energy with Torian but not EQ or fucking, I don't know who the other person was. EQ and who else? Who?
Angie.
Angie. But then it was like she was defending Torian. So if I'm wrong, I apologise. But the way she jumped up, it was like she was saying, how can you have that energy with Torian and not them two? But the point is, you don't chill with Angie or fucking EQ. So that's why it looked like she was defending the other person. So Top Girl, if I was wrong, I apologise. But that's it, simple as that. You jumped in at the wrong time. And everyone in the comments was telling you jumped in halfway through. And no, I wasn't defending anyone. I asked a question.
This is what we were talking about. This is what we were talking about, saying like we all need to take more thought and consideration about our words, right? Because Frankie can make a comment, right, and can think in his mind at that time, oh, okay, yeah, because for instance, Top Girl's got a family, she's not affected by that, but obviously she was. And so whether it's like people coming at Dev and saying, oh, but Torian's your friend, right, it just goes on, and it just perpetuates this cycle of hate towards one another. But yeah, all I can say is, having been sat in here for at least an hour and a half, is that this all stems from Hungry Guy, right? He wanted EQ to come in the box. He did nothing but shout and scream at Devon, and then as soon as EQ came in, he turned to mute, he shut it in, and he sniggered in the corner with his wooden spoon. And now he's on another live talking about how stupid all of us lot are, when he's the one that's got what he wanted in the first place, which is to have people going at each other.
Whose live is he in?
Oh, can I say something here? Because I've been listening to everything, and I just want to say, like, obviously, Baggy and you lot, I love you lot, you're my friends, but this whole thing with saying that T's been transphobic for saying that EQ's pum pum doesn't bring, like, whatever it was said, like, this is scientific. Like, let's be honest, I just went into Torians and said the same thing. It's a scientific fact that a trans woman cannot carry and give birth to a child, and I just feel like this is being taken way out of proportion. They've had an argument, but you can't change science. And hang on a sec, I'm not finished. I'm very much for people to live their life. I'm for trans rights, I'm for GAY rights, I'm for all these rights, I'm against racism, but you cannot change. Like, what she's just said is not transphobic, and no one can tell me.
EQ is a trans woman. EQ is a trans woman, though. She's not a man.
I didn't say she's a man.
No, other people.
I'm talking about the comment in regards to children, because people are twisting this to.
They're not twisting it to anything. They're not twisting it to anything.
Don't be defensive. I've just come up here to say what I want to say.
Yeah, but why? Let me just finish. Everyone mute. Let Alicia finish.
Like, in regards to Frankie's very vocal in the fact that he's had struggles himself in conceiving, him and his partner, which is awful, but nobody has come for people who cannot have children in that way. Like, it's scientific facts that a trans female cannot carry and have children, and this fucking madness of screaming transphobia at every single thing that's said to a trans person needs to stop. I'm sorry, but it does.
Did you listen to the entire live?
I didn't hear her call her. I didn't hear her call her a man. I'm not talking about that. Like, obviously, she's not a man. For me,
No, I just said I didn't mention transphobia once.
But this is
was me.
No, wait, Alicia, this is yeah, it was but this is where I get frustrated, because the moment it's anyone calls out transphobia or says it's transphobic, we're bad for doing that. But if racism or homophobia or anything like that is mentioned,
but there are listen, if someone's calling EQ a man, that's transphobic. Okay, there's no two ways about it. If someone is calling her by her dead name, that is transphobic. But to say to a trans woman, your pum pum doesn't bring life, that's not I'm sorry, but no.
It's an insult.
Alicia, can I speak to Alicia, please? Because we're friends and I've got to call this. Like, Alicia, come on, man.
You're telling me that saying to a trans woman it's that they can't carry and have a child, that's transphobic? Is
I'm
that
the one I brought it up, and it wasn't because she was trans. It was the simple fact of about a woman not having a child. That's what I'm saying.
But it's not. It's a trans woman.
Do you know why it is, Alicia? Because it's used as an insult to get at her.
I think it's like, if you put it this way, so like I agree with you, like it is a scientific fact, but if you've got PCOS and you can't have children, that's also a scientific fact.
But I don't think she's
someone with PCOS,
it's for women that cannot. She's not coming for women that can't carry children. Like nobody. I hope that anyone who's struggling to conceive can have children 100%. But when you're saying it to a trans woman, like, come on now.
Okay.
Raise Tori.
I'm gonna drop his box.
I'm gonna drop.
Scientifically, okay, right, I get what you're saying. That is right, but to use that in an argument, okay, like she can't, but the way.
First of all, I just want to say, I don't know why everyone's acting, why they're confused why I went to start my own live. I got dropped. I asked to get risen back plenty of times in the comments after Miss Baguette said their little comment, and no one was rising me. I'm not going to sit and beg people to rise me on their platform when I can go on my own platform and press red on my phone that I pay my contract for every month.
What's annoyed you went live?
Okay, well, that's what I'm hearing. What's the issue? Because why are you not trying to say that I was transphobic and reaching for something that's not there to be reached for?
I mean, it's
no one said you were transphobic. What I was saying was the comment you made about her being a woman, not being able to have children, affected me. It's personally my life. So I'm saying, why is no one talking about that? It's wrong.
Yeah. It's affected you how? I don't understand. How has it affected you?
Because my partner struggles to have children.
Okay, but this is what I'm saying about you people on this app. I'm going back and forth with Evil Queen. She said the most maddest things to me. I've said what I've said to her. Why are you getting offended? Well. It's nothing to do with you. I'm not saying about you or your wife or your... Like, honestly, like, you lot, every time I say something, you lot always reach. You lot always try to reach for something that's not there. I said what I said. I don't give a fuck what any of you lot think. I don't care. You lot can unfollow me, block me. I don't give a shit. Seriously, I don't care. I don't care.
Imagine if someone had that same vibe given off about racism though, Tori, and like respectfully, can you imagine if someone was saying, I don't give a fuck what you think, I'm going to say what I'm saying, and I said what I said about racism, like, and that would hurt. And the same thing applies to trans people too, and to transphobic comments. So I don't care, Tori, and I said what I said. You were transphobic at the end.
Have that exact same energy. She said, I don't care what I've said. I said what I said. I'm following you.
Yeah, ditto, man.
I respect everyone's truth. I love Tree. I love Baggy. Like all of you.
I love you and happy birthday too.
I respect everyone's opinions, but I just think here, I think obviously Frankie's upset, and I understand why Frankie's upset, because he is very open about the struggles that him and Amy have had, and I completely get that, but I don't, she's not coming at her for not being able to have children. Because
I'm not upset. It's a valid point.
Well, I didn't.
Alicia, I've followed you from day, but honestly, respectfully, I do think that you're wrong. You can think that I'm wrong, but I do think you're wrong in this situation. And I also do think that we should get a trans person and ask them what they think, because actually we're all talking.
There's a lady called Chelsea, a trans lady. I'm sure her name's Chelsea.
Yeah,
I'd like everyone to listen to what she has to say, because listen, I'm very respectful of people's.
So the reason that here's the reason, I'm going to explain the reason why it is transphobic, okay? and it will also help things for Frankie. Frankie, the reason that people were saying that it's a reach that you got upset is because she clearly wasn't being disrespectful to women who can't conceive, right? So that should put your mind at rest. She wasn't aiming to offend any woman that can't conceive. Hereby, that's why it's transphobic, because she's trying to offend somebody within the trans community who cannot conceive. If it was the case for you to be upset, then it wouldn't be transphobic, because she would be speaking on all women who can't conceive. And that's what makes it transphobic by definition.
And can I just address someone in the comments saying, like, you know, in the same way, Dev, you said that all black people are not a monolith and therefore we're going to have disagreements. I'm not saying let's get the token trans person in the box and see what their opinion is, because obviously if you had, you know, 100 trans people, maybe all their opinions would differ. But what I'm saying is it's problematic to not have anyone's voice in the conversation who this is directly.
No, I understand that. I listened to this trans woman called Chelsea, and she's very much like for, obviously she is a trans woman and she's very much for trans rights, but she's also for women to women's rights too. Do you know what I mean? So I don't see it the same way as everyone else. I understand what Devon's saying. I understand what all of you are saying. I'm not up here trying to disrespect anyone, any community. I just, you know, I said what I said and that's it. I
haven't mentioned
it's a Monday, so it don't count.
No.
I'm just saying. Listen, guys. If everyone says that EQ is a woman, yeah, because she's done the transition, so everyone's got to respect her as a woman. It's just ignorance towards women.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Okay, we all know scientifically she can't.
But Frankie, see, that's the problem. She's a trans woman, because then you're taking away women. Like, that's where women get angry, because I don't know how to word this properly, but like, I personally would call EQ a trans woman, and I would refer to her as a woman. But like, that's when women get angry, when you go, okay, if you insult EQ, you're insulting all women. Do you get what I mean? I don't know if I'm saying this right as well.
I just think I understand what you're saying. I just think the statement was wrong.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if she's trans or not. Saying to someone that you can't have kids is fucking vile. It doesn't matter if she's trans or not. That is awful. And I dropped them both because they were both getting personal and it got wrong on both sides. I don't agree with anything either of them said. But the reason I called that out about Torian is because this is not the first time that Torian has said something transphobic. I've heard her in the past.
I mean, technically as well, okay, a trans person, male trans or female trans, can have children, but just not naturally born children, and that's why it is offensive.
Offensive?
She's saying that because a trans woman can't biologically have a child, obviously they can have children through adoption, etc. That's why it's offensive.
It's basically saying that trans people are less than because they can't carry.
Right,
you know?
okay. Yeah, I get you.
Yeah.
It's still a fertility
like
issue
the same
go through.
as
she can adopt.
Yeah, it's like the same.
You know, she can have. They can have surrogacy. You know, there's lots of different IVF.
Yes, exactly. But it's like
what I'm saying. What I was saying, guys, was
can't.
it's still a fertility issue. That's what I was saying.
Exactly.
It's just a bit low.
No, I do get what you're
But
saying.
you know,
I'm not saying what EQ said to Torian's right over. I'm not sitting there going, "Oh, Torian was the one that was out of order." But the one thing that affected me in that was that no one was mentioning it. So I mentioned it. I said, "Yo, what was said was wrong."
It is both wrong from both sides. Very wrong. Both what was said, and I understand why it was said, but you should never go that low. You know.
I think we've got to remember that we can't fight discrimination by being discriminating, right? That's
No, you
what
can't.
it's fire with fire. It doesn't work, right? Even if people don't think it's discriminatory, it is. When you're going towards someone, whether there's medical reasons to why, if it's something that someone can't choose, then that is attacking them on a personal level. So it is.
I will say right now as well, I can't have children naturally. So I understand where Frankie is coming from, but I am not a trans woman, so I can't understand the trans aspect of it. But, you know, I can have it explained to me by a trans person as I have in the past, and I understand their point that way. Same as with racism, I can have it explained to me, and I can understand that way, but not to the point that I've experienced it because I'm a white woman.
I'm just looking at it in the way that it's not aimed at women who are unable to conceive. That's the way I'm looking at it. That's what people need to understand what I'm saying here. I'm not trying to upset or offend anybody. I just think it's been taken in the way that it's aimed at anyone who cannot conceive.
Alicia, honestly, I feel like nobody's saying it was said that way, but it's just not a nice comeback, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I understand. I completely understand.
Hence what me and Devon were saying earlier about, no, Hungry Guy said, if I was coming on to you, would you say F off you F? I'd say no, because I can come at you another way. I wouldn't directly go at you because, you know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't say a word.
Yeah,
and can I just say, this is why you try to convert, right? This is why I try to converse, because once you go into this game with EQ, yeah, look what happened. She went straight to the previous thing, yeah, and she brought up all the things that are going to trigger someone. This is why, maybe just try and talk first, because now she's won, because look what's happening. Look at all of this. People are going to bring up everything that everyone's ever done. So maybe try and talk. That's why I tried to talk in the first place.
Yes. Can Baggy speak? Just sorry, because I think she has to go soon.
Yeah, sorry. So there's someone called Letty in the comments who just keeps like repeating the thing. Trans women are trans women in a way to say that they're not women, but like the fact that the word women is in that statement is kind of, you know, that saying that they are women, like tall women. If you're a tall woman, you're still a woman, but you're not always just going to be referred to as a tall woman, because you don't have to use that extra adjective. Because you're tall, but you're still a woman. And I don't think Letty gets it. I think she's just trying to be a bit of a dick. You don't need
trans
to like.
women are women, trans men are men, so that is it.
Yeah.
If you have to discriminate against them, that shows a bias on your part and a fault on your part.
Yeah.
Jelly wants to say anything. Sorry, Jelly.
I'm going to jump out. I've got to go to school and it's raining.
That's all right, Court. I was just going to say what's happened on here today is evidence of what happens every time people try and hold a sensible debate or conversation or discussion on TikTok. Because it's predominantly held on the drama talk side of things, it becomes a pissing contest and top trumps about who said the worst, who said this, who said that. But you did that, you sit with this person, you sit with that person. And the reality is that unless we call out all people, we can't really call out any people.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like, so if I sat there and was like, oh, Torian didn't do anything wrong, I would be so hypocritical when I've argued with other people on maybe lesser things they've said. So I can't, that's where we all sit there and say about being selective, but that's it. That's the truth of being selective. If I sat here and ignored what Torian said and just went with my day and was like, oh, it's all good, then I'd be selective. And I can make a choice.
You have respect for
call your friend out.
For them out.
If you can't call your friend, you just literally said what I was going to say, didn't you? If you can't say these things to someone you consider your friend, then maybe you're not friends. Like, it is
exactly.
Yeah.
I was just trying to put across how I saw it personally. Like, I wasn't trying to upset anyone, and
no, we get it.
You know, I don't know. I just feel like everyone needs to watch this lady that I said about, because honestly, this trans woman, she just says everything that's in my head. I think she's amazing, and I love her. The end.
I think I know which one you're talking about. I've seen her.
Scouse lady. She's just so on point with everything she says, because I'm very much for people's rights, 100%. But I'm also like, you know.
I agree with the comments in the sense of, I can't be out here fighting for racism, or I don't fight for everything. Like, I don't believe in homophobia.
Yeah, no, I don't.
Any of those things. Like, that's it.
Yeah.
I just didn't see it as like an attack on people who are like people are saying it's about fertility in the comments, and I just didn't personally see it as, and whether it was Torian or whoever had said it, I just don't see it as an attack on infertile people, but I understand why they're upset, you know, why people who have struggled with conceiving are upset.
EQ's clever. She said what she said to Torian, because she knows that Torian is flammable, and she poured petrol on it, and
EQ baited it out. She knew she would get a reaction.
That's why you try a different tactic.
But again, I think it speaks to how offence is given and not taken, and why one person can't speak for an entire community.
Yeah.
Again, louder.
You know, just because it didn't offend you, different things will offend different people based on their own experiences.
I think to be EQ, when you're sitting saying I'm brown when you know you're not, just like that's
and it was about the next boyfriend you're going to have is going to be brown.
Yeah,
you was, but just to be fair though, and I like Torian. Torian did go for EQ first. She did, and I like Torian. I got nothing against Torian, but she did, and then it blew off.
Yeah. I wanted it to be, this is a thing, you can't educate or allow people to educate if it's not calm. Do you know? If you're screaming and shouting, no one's listening, no one knows what the fuck's going on, and it's just screen recorded, and it's, oh look, there's, like, I know my thing says drama, right? But with all due respect, I believe that if you're having a conversation and a debate, there should be personal attacks. If you start personally attacking, you've lost the argument, full stop.
Can I just say, like, this started out as a conversation about someone being offended about a bird, and then it turned into how people get offended easily, to now every single one of us is offended.
It actually started.
Do you want me to tell you how that happened? Do you want me to tell you how it happened? Because Hungry Guy kept mentioning you, and I kept saying, let's bring it back to what Hungry Guy jumped in and said. It's allowing people coming in the box, not you, Courtney, I'm just mean people coming in the box and going, oh yeah, this debate's about this. But what about what EQ said? What about what Alex said? You know what I mean? There was, Hungry Guy brought that many people into it. It was unreal.
Yeah, that's exactly
how
what
everyone else is involved.
That's exactly what I said was saying, Frankie, about it becoming a top trumps of shitty behaviour, and that's why very few conversations and discussions on TikTok, particularly on Drama Talk, are productive, is because people listen to react rather than listening to understand, and you can't educate people that don't want to be educated.
Yeah.
It's not a pissing contest. It's not point scoring. You know, you've acted shitty. They've acted shitty. It's shitty behaviour, period.
So, like, when we're speaking about what happened there with, like, Tori and EQ, and we're saying about what Torian said wasn't good, there's people in the comments going, but what about what EQ said? What about... We all know what EQ said.
We was talking about what EQ said and how bad it was.
Exactly, like, we're not... But to be fair, it all started because I got annoyed that Angie's sitting in Miss Red's platform saying that she's never run with stuff without evidence. And that's why I went live, to prove that she has. Watch my latest video, guys, you'll see what I mean. She's called me or allowed someone in her...
I think if EQ had got in the box, side and speaking to Dev, it wouldn't have gone that way. It would have been a completely calm conversation. It didn't need to go where it went, and now it's a shit show.
Yeah. Like, exactly, like, I would have rather had it that way. I'd rather have Devon, and I'm not saying that Torian's voice isn't valid. Torian's voice is 100% valid. She has every right, but I just don't want it to go to a personal level. Like, I want it to just be a conversation. Like,
I think it's been all right if EQ didn't come in.
Yeah,
EQ had a
I would have
vote come in
preferred it if
because she
EQ
was
didn't
being
come in, but
nice.
that's Hungry Guy's fault.
EQ was being spoken about at the end of the day, so of course she had a right to come in, whereas Torian wasn't being spoken about.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's an issue that's Torian had the right to speak on, isn't it?
Oh, no, 100%, but I just, right then, she come in, then EQ come in.
No, to be fair, she came in because Hungry Guy had made the statement that what EQ had said wasn't racist, so she was just coming in to counteract that.
I know, but Dev was trying to talk at the time to get his point across, but he kept getting cut off by that Hungry Guy.
Yeah.
So Dev was like saying, well, could I speak now? So he did want to, Dev did want to...
To be fair as well, like, everyone has a right to go wherever they want on the app. Like, you can't say, one person can't go here and one person can't go there, and they have a right to go in whatever boxes they like as well. Like, you can't ban someone from boxes or ban from someone from
I'm not saying that she wasn't allowed in the box. I'm just saying with her and EQ in the box at the same time was never going to go well. That was it. Like, she could have come in at any point. Just at that point with EQ was not a great choice.
Right, I think
this is a case of people forgetting where arguments start like at the same time, that argument started because EQ used the N-word, and as a black woman, Torian was angry with that.
Yeah.
We can't ignore. Yeah, we can't ignore chicken and the egg.
Yeah.
Do you get what I mean?
That's what I mean. She's very valid in her how hurt she is and things like that. But I'll never agree with fighting fire with fire. Like,
and that's example, you lose your argument.
Yeah. So that's where I disagree with her. But she has every right to talk about it and whatever emotion she wants to put it out. But you don't become the good person anymore when you're being discriminating back. That's what I've always been a firm believer of. And I can't sit there and be like, look what EQ said, but then sit there and be like, okay, it's okay what Torian has said, like, because it's no longer like it's selective, and that's what we're all fed up with, right? We're all fed up with selective.
Well, yeah, because if we just called out EQ, then we're in the wrong because both were wrong, so we can't win.
Yeah.
Courtney wants to escape, guys.
I do. I'm not that I want to escape, but I need to go and eat because I haven't actually eaten today. But guys, can everyone follow if you're not following? Because I am trying to get to 10k followers. Okay,
I'm not following you. Bye.
Everyone.
Thank you everyone that's come in, and oh my god, I can't believe it gone all west. But thank you everyone. Thank you, Devin.
Thanks for having me up, Courtney.
No worries, Jelly.
Bye.
Bye, Tree. Yeah, thank you everyone that's come in. Thank you everyone that's followed and stuff. I know that I'm going to be getting slagged off. I'm probably going to get loads of shit for this, but do you know what? Fuck it. I don't care anymore. I'm sick and tired of fucking trying to please everyone and all of that shit. If I don't want to be around someone, I know you will be, Luke. I can imagine. I'm hearing it now. You're going to give me into shit in your life. How dare you let EQ in your box? I'm waiting for it, but yeah. But thanks everyone that's popped in. You bitch. Right. Anyway. Right. Bye everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Mwah. Evening, day, whatever. Right. Bye everyone.